This is the old 77 podcast.
Thank you for listening to the old 77
podcast.
Go Cardinals!
I'm laying on the couch falling through the Doctor Who tunnel, and then all of a sudden I've got to pee so bad, and all of a sudden I saw that bathroom like in the movies, like get way the fuck.
Oh, it just zoomed out.
Zoomed the fuck
like
out.
tunnel vision.
Now I'm over here holding on to the wall like a kid in a maze. So I've got a hand on each wall, my junk dangling down, and I hear it hitting the water, and I'm judging by the pitch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's cold.
I'm judging by the pitch. He's over there tuning a piano.
And by the way, I didn't spill a drop either.
Who are you?
Here we go.
Hey, bitches. This is old 77 podcast.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Impressive.
Warning. Foul language may occur due to the subject matter.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Join our Patreon Clubhouse today. Clubhouse members get early access to episodes and exclusive after-hours content at patreon.com/theold77podcast.
Why don't you go home and fuck your mother some more?
Yeah, boy.
Thanks for listening.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I remember that open now. Hey, welcome to the old 77
It's a safe place.
in unsafe.
Gentlemen, we are balls deep in flu/COVID
Oh, God, are we ever.
everything else season.
There's one that
so-
starts with an R now.
RSV.
Oh yeah. That's
I always
been going
thought
around.
RSV was for infants.
Well, it's
It's
more
not
of
it's a symptom. It's not an illness, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
The way I was always told with my kids, like my little girl had RSV,
Yeah.
and it's little babies get RSV because they get flu-like symptoms for adults, but their little organs, they swell up. They can't take it like that.
Yeah.
So that becomes RSV. Like
I
you have
see.
to run them into the bathroom and
I see.
hit the steam real hard to open them up.
Raise your hand if you've been sick in the past month.
Yeah.
Week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been 2 weeks for me, I think.
Dustin's still technically a little under.
The past week, though, this is my own doing, though. I got a pretty rough hangover.
He's
today.
got the brown bottle flu.
Dustin
Yeah.
does sound like he just woke up.
He does.
Well, there's a good reason for that. See, I tried to sleep off this hangover this
Yeah.
morning. I woke up and went and had breakfast at one of those places I never get into because it's always full.
Mel's?
Yeah?
Mel's, that's it.
Mel's,
Yeah.
yeah, they got a good breakfast.
Mel's
it
has
was
the
Mel's.
best breakfast in town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I
if I'm
love
being
Mel's.
honest.
They know what they're doing.
I happened to pull up and I saw a parking spot that was empty right at the front, so that told me I'd get a table.
Oh my!
So I pulled into that parking spot and I walked in and they sat me immediately, and I was
Nice.
like, oh, nice.
You got sat immediately at Mel's.
Well-
You need to go buy a lottery ticket right now.
It was like
Yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning, like 10:15.
You got
10:20.
seated at 10:15 at Mel's.
That's still
Yeah.
prime breakfast
oh
time.
my God!
I mean,
Yeah.
for me it is.
That's it. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Like I'm a I don't mean to say this, but I'm kind of a Mel's regular at
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
And it's always an hour to 45-minute wait to get into Mel's.
I wish
you
they
got
would let you-
seated right away.
I wish they would let you call.
Yeah.
I kind of like that though about them.
Yeah, that you have to be
That
there.
you have to be there. You
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
so-
have a problem with
Do
it.
they give you the little things that vibrate when your
No.
table's ready? You
Oh,
just gotta
no.
just
No,
chill
it's-
there and wait.
No, it's
huh?
they got one of these at Mel's. And you
Yeah.
walk in and they're like, "Yeah, what's your name?
some of that-
How many? Okay, it's there's 6 in front of you."
That's that newfangled technology paver and pen.
right?
Yeah, they kick it old school.
They do, and I like that.
So Scott, not only were you sick, but both of the kids were sick, right?
Yep.
Your wife so far has managed to avoid it.
So far, Andrew's been good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn it, man. Yeah, it's been everybody in my house at one time or another. It was Clay, then it was Jack. Jesse was in there somewhere. I was in there.
It was a rough one, man.
Then it was Clay again. Like Clay missed 2.5 days 2 weeks ago, and he missed the first 2 days
Yeah.
of this past week. So almost 5 days total that he's missed.
I missed 4. I was fine Monday.
Yeah.
Monday night even went in, felt good at work. I was there at like 8 p.m., you
Yeah,
know, doing
yeah.
some stuff. Last minute for the pod.
Yeah.
Got that taken care of. Came home. Great. Stayed up. Ate a little something, went to bed, woke up. I felt like complete ass.
Yeah.
It was like I'd been run over by a truck, man.
Just hit you all of a sudden,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
I don't mean to brag. I had the man flu, boys.
Yeah.
I was the biggest pussy you've ever heard of this past week. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I love you.
Did the wife wait on you pretty well?
Come help me. Oh, yeah. She took care of me
she
like
took good
an
care of you.
absolute champion.
That's
she
good.
is.
You know, I have this kind of sick, twisted wish, which is that I was sick for so long, so often.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you were sick, man.
You know, it's been a while now, but a small part of me almost wishes that my wife would get sick just so I could pay her back for all of the times that she has
I think that's
waited on me.
That's a core feeling for a dude in a relationship, though, right? You want somebody to take, as a man, you want somebody to take care of.
Yeah,
you want to be able to throw out things and take care of her, and she be okay with it. That's you want that reciprocation, right? You want to be able to take care of somebody.
Sure. You can't do that these days.
No, you can't.
You
You
can
want
hold
somebody
the
to
door.
have witty banter with. If I
Yeah.
can't talk to you, what the hell's the point?
Right.
You know, and then if you get sick, you want somebody to take care of you.
Yeah.
And I think you're right on the money, Dave. Like, guys want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my girl did that like a champ, just saying. She, when everyone gets sick here, everybody wants her.
Yeah.
So
Of course
I
the
just-
kids want her,
I
yeah.
just kind of sat back in the bed and just did whatever, man. But yeah, the kids. She had a system set up downstairs, folding laundry, watching TV. Kids were all upstairs. We had a cot upstairs. The kids were laying on it. They didn't feel good.
So
Had you like a quarantine zone?
Yeah.
were you like straight out laid out in bed like trying to sleep, or were you watching TV or
man.
reading? Or?
So I wasn't conscious for a
Yeah.
good chunk of those days.
Yeah,
I would wake up, go to the bathroom, take
Yeah.
some aspirin, sleep.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what you got to do.
I mean, I slept probably for 3 days straight.
Damn, man.
I was up maybe a little here and there, but by Thursday I had to get up. I was so sore. I had to get up because I was in bed for a while. I sat up. I thought I was going to be good Thursday, but then I had to call you guys, man. It was
Yeah.
it was rough.
Had to remember how to walk again once it was all over.
Oh, well, it's funny. I hadn't eaten in 3 days, and I was talking to Andrea, and I got up and around, and I didn't think anything of it, and I sat down, and, like, I just slid out of bed, man. I couldn't, like walk.
Yeah.
It was no joke. Like,
Yeah.
my legs were, I could move.
Did you lose a pound or two?
Yes. I lost 5 pounds.
Yeah, you're on that flu diet plan.
There you go, man.
Is that what you think
Write
it
a
was?
book
You
about
think
it.
was
It
the
had
flu?
to have been the flu.
Yeah. You don't think it was COVID?
Nah. I took a COVID.
Yeah, that's right.
I took a couple COVID tests.
Yeah.
Puke
Nothing.
the Fat Away by Scotty Carwell.
I didn't puke.
Yeah, I don't
I
want...
didn't puke. I didn't shit myself. It was just
Now,
Oh,
see,
man.
both of my boys, they were doing both of those things at the same time.
It was just like you'd been beat by the ugly stick, man.
My boy shit in the bed like 3 nights in a row. It was
Oh, that
rough,
sucks.
man.
Now, see, if I had that would have been different.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just like I got ran over. Didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much: on Thanksgiving, I took a pretty good dumper. I was fucking with my mom, is what I was doing. I was trying to gross her out. So of course, before I went to and this was the post Thanksgiving meal has digested.
Were you down in Mississippi?
No, I was here.
They were all here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, they were all here, and we had 5 people at Thanksgiving, and enough to feed like 20.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
Like,
Thanksgiving.
And I had a lot of food, and I was so full. And then I went in the bathroom, and of course, I was announcing it to Mom because, it makes her uncomfortable. So I'm like, I'm going to take a dump. So I was like, oh, hang on, let's try something. And I got on the scale, and I weighed
Oh, no.
298 pounds on the scale.
See, you don't look
Before
like
I
you
took
weigh
it
that
down.
much.
Dude,
to
you're
me,
deceptively, yeah.
you do
Oh,
not
I'm
look
pretty
like you weigh
fat.
much. It's all in the dick, right?
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, mostly dick.
Yeah.
But then, and she had my grandma on the phone. That made it the best part. And
Nana, no.
yeah, I had her on speakerphone, so she told me, and Dustin's weighing himself before he takes a dump. So then I came out, and I'd forgot to weigh myself at first. I went upstairs and was giving her detail about the dump I just took, like I'd just been on an adventure, and
Yeah.
I don't remember
telling
eating no
her.
corn.
I was telling her the story about it. And then I went, oh, yeah. So I ran back downstairs real quick and stood on the scale, and I'd lost 4 pounds.
Jesus.
That's impressive.
That is a holiday. That's a holiday miracle right there.
Did you do some peeing too, or was this
I
straight
don't
dump weight?
remember. Probably. It was probably a little of both.
Yeah.
It's usually a
It's your
little of both.
pre-dump weight.
Well, you know
I
how it
should have
goes.
done that before the one I took when I came here. That's why I was late.
Yeah, dude. I was late this morning for the same reason.
Well, I just went upstairs like, oh, hey, Dave, I got to go upstairs for a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah. I don't judge.
I had the weirdest fucking night. of my damn life last night.
All right, well, let's hear the details.
Okay.
I want to tell you guys about it. So, first off, I had a doctor's appointment, so I got off work a little early, and I could have went back to work, but I only had like 30 minutes to go, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, so.
You're not going to pay attention anyway.
Yeah, I went to Macadoodles and got me a bottle of scotch.
There you
go
go.
to Macadoodles.
And,
I do too.
So I got there, and I got my bottle of scotchy scotch. I got home, got to drinking, got to banging on the old guitar, and I
Nice.
fucked up my amplifier and broke I knocked it off of, I had it sitting on a chair.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my good one, thank God it wasn't my good one. I was using my shitty one at the time. And the pin that goes in broke off inside the hole, so now I don't know how the fuck to get that out. But
You're going to have to find something that can grab it and pull it out.
yeah,
Needle nose pliers.
I've got
Yeah.
some. I just need to sit down and fuck with it, I guess. But I was fucked up, so I was pretty drunk.
Had a nice little drunk jam session.
Yeah.
Those are the best, aren't
They're
they?
great, yeah.
But then it was abruptly over by like 9 o'clock, and I was drunk and bored now. And well, it wasn't even 9. No, it wasn't even 9. It was like 8.
That explains the text I got.
Yeah, it was like 8. By the time I texted,
Texts,
let
plural.
me get the text pulled up.
Plural.
Yeah.
By the time we started texting, I texted you guys at 9:02. Okay,
Yeah.
that was after all the weird shit.
All the weird shit happened, and out of the blue, we just get, is tomorrow good? We can do remote, maybe.
Well, I was thinking if you were like still sick, I could like sit at my house and
Yeah,
you know,
but,
Yeah.
but no
Skype.
context at all. Just came, we good tomorrow? We can do remote.
Let's do it.
I was like,
Well,
wait,
I was thinking you didn't want to do another best of back to back.
no,
'cause
I did not.
that can be a death blow,
Yes,
to a
it can.
podcast.
Yeah, easy habit to fall into.
That's
Yeah.
a very easy habit.
So,
We've done pretty good about not falling into that habit, though.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
So I go and I look up. I see the living windows.
Yeah, living windows.
Yeah, I was
living
there.
windows thing on
Yeah.
Facebook.
I forgot that was last night.
And I'm like, okay, that sounds like fun. So I looked up how much it would cost to take an Uber because I wasn't driving. Wasn't in no shape to drive. Wasn't barely in a shape to walk, to be honest with you.
But he's Ubering.
So it was like $6. So I went, dope, I'll pay $6 to get out of the house tonight. So I went down, I walked around I keep saying living fucking windows.
My kids kept calling it open windows all night.
Well, I got bored with this pretty quick, so I was like,
Yeah,
I want to go to Bones. So I went around, and I ain't been to Bones since COVID.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I went around.
Were they open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I'll say we need to talk about that one.
Yeah.
So I went around the corner, through the alley to get to Bones because they don't have a front door entrance.
Right.
And I got to the door that said Bones, and I walked in, and it looked completely different than I remembered it. And I was like, I looked around, the bartenders were behind the bar, but now the bar's not over here, it's over here. And I go, is this Bones?
Were there pool tables?
No, it was just a big open area, like a band would play here, and you'd have people dancing and shit.
I know where you're at. Okay.
It's there.
Yeah.
They've got a room for that.
Dude, that Bones, that thing is huge.
Yeah.
It's like 4 levels,
Yeah,
3 levels.
yeah.
I'd never been in there before though, so I thought they'd remodeled.
When you play music at Bones up on the deck,
Oh, Jesus.
you got to haul
You
all
gotta
that
haul it
shit
all up?
down those steps.
Oh,
man.
that sucks.
Hauling it up is not as bad as hauling it down because you know if you take a wrong step on the way down, your ass is done.
And all your equipment goes with you.
I nearly fucking destroyed a PA system on those
good way to
stairs
get
one night. I
downstairs
had a
real
few
quick,
drinks
yeah.
at that point. It's always the loading back up part that's tricky. It's never the unloading.
Because you're drunk.
Yeah, no,
And
no.
the crowd feeds you shots.
Yeah,
So
oh,
you're
they
at
do,
Bones.
yeah.
We have no idea if this is Bones. We find out this is in fact Bones.
Yes. So there's a lot of people there and hanging out and stuff. And I'm not making light of the situation.
No,
This
no.
is just what happened.
Yeah.
So when was this?
Last night.
Oh, okay.
Last night. So I'm at Bones. I'm sitting there at the bar. They ask for my order. I order a rum and Coke, and I'm waiting on them to make it. And all of a sudden, everybody hits the deck, and I go, "What the fuck?" So there was just a shooting here last
Right,
week,
right.
Like right next
Right across
door.
the hole. Yeah, right across the wall there.
Yeah. So I see everybody hit the deck, and I go, "Oh, what the fuck's going on?" So I hit the deck too, and I'm behind the bar. I went all the way. I went
You went
around
behind the bar?
Fuck yeah, I went behind the bar.
What dying? Yeah.
Everybody hit the deck, And I looked at and there was a girl beside me who I don't know, but she was a patron of the place. And then the bartender was beside me also, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? I'm not hearing anything. What the fuck's going on? She's like, it's a surprise party. And I went, oh, fuck. I thought this was Bones. It is Bones. You're in the... And they explained to me what room I was in.
That you were in a private party.
And then this girl starts being a cunt. And she's like, why don't you just leave? And now I'm not leaving. Fuck you. It's because I ordered a fucking rum and Coke and I already paid for it. And I'm going to get my fucking rum and Coke. And I'm not going to fuck up your party. Besides, what if I walk out the door while they're walking the fuck in?
Yeah, good point.
And so she shut the fuck up. And then the bartender was like, here, let me walk you through the kitchen into the real Bones. Now, before this, my friend Charity
Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Charity.
She plays in bands and stuff. And about an hour before this, I texted her. And I was like, are you playing, working? Because sometimes she does karaoke, sometimes she does a band, sometimes she does, different music things.
Right.
So I was like, are you working anywhere on High Street tonight? Mm-hmm. And I never got a response. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So anyway, back to present time in the story. I'm going through the kitchen with this girl. She gets me into the real Bones. I sit down at the bar, and there's Charity working as a bartender. Mm-hmm. So now it looks like I was like, look, man, I didn't know you worked here. I just wanted a fucking drink. It's been a weird fucking night. I'm a little bit shook up, but I'm trying not to show it because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just saw everybody hit the deck, and if everybody in the fucking whole room hits the deck,
you probably should hit the deck.
You should probably hit the deck.
Yeah.
And then the bartender came over, and his exact words were, sorry about that girl being a cunt. There was no need for that. And I was trying not to fuck up this good buzz. I was like, look at it from her point of view. They're probably planning a surprise party. Think this drunk guy's going to fuck it up for him. And so then I go, while I'm there, I hung out at Bones for a while, and I had a lot to drink. It got to the point to where I was like, what do you want, Dustin? Surprise me. Maybe something fruity.
Oh, you're throwing up.
So
you're throwing up on that. Yeah,
we're getting to that. So then I start getting the spins, and it's about 10 minutes till they close. I'm starting to get the spins, and it's hard for me to sit up straight. So I call the Uber back, get the Uber to pick me up, take me home. And I remember standing out in the alley thinking, man, I hope I don't Ralph in this Uber.
Yeah.
And it was a bumpy ride. It was like a stop-start the whole way until we got, on the main road to get to my house. And so I got home. I went upstairs. I lay down in bed. It was closing all. And I got comfortable, and I was like, fuck it. So I rolled over on my belly just in case. And I got just about to sleep, and I got a little bit of a nap, like maybe 15 minutes. I wasn't looking at the time, but it felt like, like a quick nap.
I just feel the bubble coming.
And then I woke up, and my body was telling me it's time. Now, I can control my puke. I can control it. I was like, okay, it's time then. So I get out of bed, brush myself off. I stroll downstairs because I'm not. You don't want to run. That's the worst thing you can do, especially when I'm drunk and I don't want to miss a step because I'm bad to miss that last step in the morning.
I hate that. I hate it when that happens.
You mean time travel?
Ooh, right, that's what it feels like.
Like you fall for like an hour to hit that one, and then it shoves your leg and hip all the way up into your spine. You have to push down the top of your head like Daffy Duck.
This all day.
Pop it all back in place.
Yeah.
God, it's rough.
So I go in there, and as I'm casually strolling to the toilet, the second I lifted the lid, I lost it. That's where I lost control, and I got a little bit on the wall.
Yeah.
But and it was all pink from those fruity fucking drinks.
That's where I lost control.
Yeah, so then I had to sit there after I done, and it was one of those that was chunky, and it was like getting all up in my gums and shit. It was like the worst one I've ever had.
Did you brush your teeth afterwards?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You should
got
not.
to.
You should not brush your teeth after you puke.
Ooh,
why is that?
I feel like you have to,
It's
man.
worse for your teeth.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe worse for your teeth. Better for me, though, because I'm not smelling vomit.
If you're going to do anything, do mouthwash, though.
Well, I rinsed with water, like I was cupping water, like
You're better off to do that. I know this because I used to be a professional puker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I washed my mouth out real good, then I brushed my teeth and everything. Then I had to sit back down because I couldn't stand up and bend. Like, I dry heaved a few times, and now I'm sitting there with fucking toilet paper and spray, cleaning up the wall.
Oh, you're that kind of guy. You're not the guy who, like, sobers up, then cleans it up.
No, I don't want to remember this. And
as he sits here and tells us.
Yeah.
I don't want to remember this.
I didn't think. I remember a lot of this. But that was my weird-ass fucking night. Is I didn't even know the Bones had a thing, but, yeah. A party room or whatever, but I sure found the fuck out.
Okay, here's the
ruined the good surprise on you, huh?
Here's the scientific explanation. Does brushing your teeth help after throwing up? You might be tempted to brush your teeth right away, but Dr. Romo says it's actually better to wait.
Oh, well, Dr. Romo
Dr. Romo says it. When you vomit, stomach acids are coming in contact with your teeth and coating them, he says. If you brush too soon, you're just rubbing that acid all over the hard outer shell of your teeth. So that
does make sense.
Because I did feel like there was a film on my teeth, like when you drink Coke.
Yeah. See, that's why I have to brush my teeth after I throw up. Because it's that filmy crap.
Yeah.
And then you also have that, just for lack of a better word, the fucking smell, man.
Yeah. Well, you know that saliva that comes out, that comes up right before you puke, you get all that saliva.
You feel it.
Yeah.
The purpose of that saliva is to protect your teeth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Listen, you really are a professional puker.
I've puked. I would be willing to bet that there's not a person in Jeff City that has thrown up more times than I.
Well, at least not for fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few of the fun pukes in my day.
I mean,
for sure, but
there's probably a couple of fun ones out there that have got you. But
I can remember one, and it wasn't mine. We had a buddy of ours. He started out as our weed dealer, and then he never would go away.
And then he became your buddy.
And then he became your buddy.
He'd come over, sell us a sack,
I
and
can
then
relate, man.
And then he'd sit down and get comfortable, and nobody wanted to tell him to go away at first. And then over time, he became an actual friend.
Yeah.
And this is the only time we almost had an intervention for somebody. But then because right before we did it, he was like, fellas, I made a decision. I'm going to have to quit drinking and doing pills. And we were like, we completely support that decision, man. Because we were about to have an intervention. And this is why.
Everyone's going, whew.
We had a party with him, and he was hanging out with us, and he did pills and weed. All we did was smoke weed and shit like that. So we were all pretty stoned.
Now, what kind of pills we talking? Uppers, downers, barbiturates?
I don't know.
No. Did they have a certain color to them?
We'll just say Xanax for the sake of.
Shit, he did. So just
probably everything. I don't fucking know.
If he's doing pills like Xanax, you can't drink with that.
You're not
when he
supposed to.
drank, was it?
It was a white pill. That's all I know. I don't know anything.
I bet it was. I bet it was Xanax.
I don't know anything about pills.
Or Valium.
Could be.
Could have been. Either way, he took a pill and he got drunk, and then he goes in the yard and throws up, and we're like, oh, rough. we kind of laughing because we were young.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, shit. And he picks up, and there's a whole pill in his vomit.
Picks it up and throws it.
And then he takes it, and he shakes it off.
Yeah.
And he throws it back in his mouth.
Yeah.
And we were all like, ha. Because when he was doing it, we were like, the idea of it, we were laughing, and we were like, oh, okay. And then he actually did it, and we all went, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, then it's like, okay.
It all of a sudden became very sad.
Yeah. There's a new show on Netflix called Take Your Pills, Xanax. It's a whole movie about Xanax, and me and my wife watched it the other night. I used to be very fond of Xanax back in the day.
That reminds me of a coworker that I have, who I won't name names. Dave knows who we're talking about.
It's Dave.
No, it's not Dave, but Dave definitely knows who we're talking about. We were all out and about one year, and they were out. We had like a Christmas party this time of year, and we were doing stuff, and we had a limo, and they took the limo. It was for taking drunk people home, but they took it and went partying with it.
Yeah.
And then from what I heard, they had a big group at Bones, if I remember right.
Oh, wow.
And it was where at Bones, the bar, and then there's like the bartenders would always serve at the end.
Yeah.
And they always had that big trash can there. So they would line up the shots, and the bartenders or whoever would grab it and take it off, the servers. That's where they were. This person was like, and they were all doing shots. They said, she threw up her hand and went, hold on. vomited in the trash can violently, and then was like, shots, and then just kept going. I was like, oh my God, that's my hero.
Yeah, man. Spirit animal for sure.
Oh yeah, that night it was on point. That's for sure.
There's something about that to be admired.
We were partying.
Yeah, hardcore, man.
Hard, you know? You don't see that anymore. And people from Osage County, that's just an observation on my part, but people from Osage County are built differently than the rest of us. Because when you get late, like real late, and more beers in Osage County people, I don't care who you are. If you're playing some kind of like alcoholic, drunk darts, drunk whatever, they're winning.
Yeah,
and not only winning, they're getting better.
Yeah,
as the night
they get.
as the night goes.
I definitely know those people.
Is that where the guy was from last week? The killer.
Oh, the killer.
The killer.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you guys know about the shooting that happened?
Oh
at
yeah,
J. Finney?
yeah. I mean,
I heard about that. I don't know where that guy was.
One of our coworkers went to his funeral. To Skylar's funeral.
One of our coworkers was at J. Finney's 10 minutes before it happened.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear that.
Lane.
Was he?
Lane was talking about it the next day. He was like, I was just there the night before. Like, oh my God. He's like, dude, I was there 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
Did you guys read that story, though? I wasn't there.
I had read that there was a fight and that...
It sounds like he got executed inside. This dude was on the ground. This other dude rolls up, pops him in the head.
Yeah. And I'd heard that supposedly...
Get out of here, man.
Supposedly... Skylar getting shot was accidental. At least that was what the guy said. But I don't want to put anything out there because I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. There was a man and a woman that died, right?
I believe so.
And the woman, was she a bartender there?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to find out.
Or was the guy? Was he the bartender?
Skylar was a bartender there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew somebody worked there.
Yeah.
There was a patron and then a worker that died.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Skylar was the worker,
right.
I believe.
That's messed
and I mean,
up,
he
man.
was.
Does anyone know? Is Finney's open now?
No,
they're not.
It wasn't open yesterday, and from what they told me at the bar last night, they're not planning on reopening.
I wondered. How can you after that though?
That's not the first bar that somebody's been shot at in Jeff City, though. Yeah,
Spectators.
They're shooting at Spectators?
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Was, yeah.
Well, we had a coworker at the time. He was a part-time board op.
Yeah.
He got jumped. Spencer.
Yeah.
Spencer got jumped walking. He was a young black man walking out with a group of young black men.
Yeah.
And I don't know the whole scene at Spectators.
Yeah.
But a group of big burly like biker guys
jumped
him. And he's very preppy like he's
not
he's
like very well dressed.
I don't want to say, and I don't want to be the stereotype,
Yeah.
but he's not like the ghetto black. He was very like.
He wasn't your stereotype.
No,
of what you
no,
would think a black
no.
man
Like
from what
you
they
could see like Cliff Huxtable walking in here.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And most black people aren't like that.
No, and I don't mean to be that way, but when you get a group of young white guys going out, they're stupid. They're dumb.
Mostly.
Young black guys are probably the same way.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just young kids.
Yeah.
They're being stupid.
Yeah, kids being
know?
kids. Skylar Smock was the bartender. He was an employee at the bar. Let's see.
But I think that one we're talking at Spectators was racist involved.
He was escorting Thames out of the business, but then he began
That was the guy
shooting.
that shot?
I believe so. Let me see.
Oh, shit. So he was actually assigned to escort this dude
Skylar,
out.
I think
he was doing his job.
I think Skylar was just doing his job, trying to get the guy out of there. Yeah.
Damian Davis is the guy that was arrested for the shooting. Corey Thames was one of the victims.
Jesus.
So I guess there was a fight, and he was and Skylar was kicking Corey out.
Right.
And then Davis started shooting them and shot them both, and then. Yeah, that's sad.
Does it say where the shooter is from?
I don't know. I was hoping it would.
Because at one point I had heard that it was a homeless guy, but
that makes it bad.
That was very early on, though. So again, I don't know. I don't know all the facts. There was a vigil set up out there when I drove by it the other day.
I hate to say this, man, but in our area right now, there has been a ton of deaths.
Yeah.
As of late, Dave and I were just talking. Down 50, there was the couple. He called. I think it was Saturday-ish.
Yeah.
Like last Saturday-ish. He shot. Said he was breaking a gun down. Shot his girl. killed her.
Yeah.
Cops showed up, or like services showed up while they were there.
Yeah.
She, I guess, was still alive. Died either on transit or in the hospital. I don't know.
And he was supposedly...
I hated hearing that.
Yeah. Supposedly both of them were very well, versed in how to handle a gun and how to take a gun
You'd like to
apart
think,
and
though,
all
if
of
you
that.
have enough of those and you're out and about, but why was it loaded, I guess, is what I want to know.
This is what me and Jesse were talking, because we were talking about this exact case the other day, and to me, like, I choose not to own a gun.
Me too.
I don't, I don't look down on folks that do choose to own a gun, but to me, it's a numbers game, man. Like, nobody thinks that they're going to be the one that forgets to lock their gun up. But it happens, and kids die.
I feel like you're right.
Yeah.
There.
And it's just a numbers game, man. Like, if you have a gun in your house, we know that gun is much more likely to be used against you or used with somebody, one of your family members hurting themselves. That's much more likely to happen than somebody breaks into your house.
I feel like everyone who owns a firearm needs to be trained by my grandpa, who told me when he gave me my pocket knife, son, if you're going to carry this pocket knife, you're going to get cut by it one day. Mm-hmm. You're going to cut yourself with it. Just know that. And it's going to hurt like hell.
Yeah. Teach you to respect it a little
I
bit.
mean, I've been trained to use a firearm and safety courses and shit like that when I was a kid. They put us through all of that.
Hell, I was a Boy Scout. I went through all that shit.
Yeah.
We did that in school. Like, I think it was like 8th grade. When you get to 8th grade, you get to take gun safety.
That's a course in Mississippi.
Yeah, well, it's only like a week, and it's for hunting.
Huh.
Like, teaches you, like, make sure you wear your orange vest and don't ever point the gun at anything you don't intend to die.
Keep it pointed at the ground, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, and just that habit when I do pick it up and stuff like that and move it around, just that habit of how I hold it. I never put my finger on the trigger.
It's like when you get in the car and you put the seatbelt on, you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I got a family member that did just that. They were driving, right, and they were going duck hunting. So they jumped the back of the truck. Old boy had his gun, and he was holding it. Had the butt of it was down on his foot, in position, but he had his finger over the barrel, and they were rolling along, and somebody accidentally popped the trigger and knocked the tip of his thumb off.
Well, I refuse to not have a gun. If they ever make it illegal, I'll just hide it because.
They're never going to go away.
I'm not a fighter, man.
I don't want one in my house.
Yeah,
I just don't like them.
But that's just me.
I mean, I don't like it. I keep it.
Yeah.
I keep it clean and I keep it ready to go, and I practice. And if I'm not practicing, I keep hollow points in it, and because I intend to blow a hole in somebody if I have to.
Yeah.
But I hope the day never comes that I ever have to use it.
Of course not.
I couldn't imagine the guilt that would come afterward,
Boys, let's take a break.
We got really
lots
dark.
of stuff still to talk about.
We got really dark there.
There's
a lot of stuff that's happened last couple weeks in Jeff
Indeed,
City.
and we haven't seen each other in a while, so we got lots to talk about.
I've only canceled the show here at my house because this is where we host it 3 times in the show.
In 2.5 years or so.
And 2 of them has been when Dustin's been here.
Yep.
Sorry, man.
Did we cancel twice?
We canceled twice. We canceled last week and then Thursday.
On the same show,
On the same show,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho's.
Let's thank him real quick, Dave.
Let's start with our good buddy Biscuit Strength.
What's up, Biscuit?
We love
Couldn't
you,
make
bro.
it tonight.
That's
Couldn't
okay.
make it.
We're doing on a weird day this week. We're
it was
doing on a
just a
Saturday, which we love you, brother. Can't wait to see you on Thursday. Our good homie JT at the Paranormal Son.
What's going on, brother?
We need
man?
to check in with him. It's been a minute since we've
It
talked.
has been a minute. He got a real
Thank
job.
you very much.
I know.
You
And
know?
fuck, it sucks being a grown up.
God, it does.
Our good friends at Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Will was
Matt
supposed
and
to
Aaron
step
and
in.
Will. Yeah.
He's got to get ready for a parade, man.
Yeah. We hope to see him again soon, though.
Absolutely.
Our good friends at In the Groove Records.
What's up, guys?
Jamie and Ben. And our good friend Dub IZ.
Look at you go,
Yeah,
man.
we got them all, right?
What up, Dub IZ and the fam over at Chess Team?
We love y'all.
All right.
Be back after this.
See you guys.
Bitches.
On the other side of this break, we're coming back.
We're major into ice cream, so we're totally into the Barbie ice cream maker.
The Barbie ice cream maker makes real ice cream. Start with the pour, add the fruit of your dreams. Just crank her up, what do you know?
Real ice cream.
Barbie chairs are ice cream molds. The Barbie cream maker. Freeze container overnight, add your own ingredients. Dolls sold separately.
You can have whatever you like.
T.I. in studio tonight, folks. He's from Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
Love the new album. Actually, I have no idea if T.I. actually has
T.I. have a new album?
Not that I know of.
I'm going to wait to see his stance on the Jews before I say I like his album.
Yeah.
I've kind of learned my lesson this week.
I learned it with ye.
I knew this moment was coming, boys.
I need to officially say, after his appearance on the Alex Jones show, that weird fucking appearance.
Yeah.
I officially withdraw any of my nice things I've said about Kanye on the show.
Fandom.
Not a big Ye fan anymore.
I can't be, man. Like,
is it a rough day for the Davey-Train?
When you just straight up say, I love Hitler. Like, I mean, at this point, there's nothing. You got to give your lawyer something to work with.
Yeah, no. There have been many bumps in the road for me as a Yeezy fan, but none as bad as this past, month or whatever it's fucking dragged out.
Sorry, Dave.
Into, man. Yeah, no.
Put your chain back on.
It's awful, man. Like, he's literally palling around with an openly anti-Semitic, white supremacist.
Is this something that we really shouldn't make fun of? Because this is straight up mental illness, guys.
Well,
that's what this is.
That's the big debate. Is like, how much of it should we blame on mental illness, and how much of it should he be, held accountable for? And
all of it. He's a billionaire.
I don't have the answers on that, but I will say
if he was that crazy, he wouldn't be that rich.
If he wasn't rich saying this stuff, he'd be in jail by now.
Yeah.
They would have already,
They'd have found something.
Oh, my God. They'd have done something.
They'd have tore his fucking shit apart till they found something.
And I don't understand this, okay? I just want to say, as a white dude, I'm a middle-aged white dude from the middle of the country. I'm not racist. I'm not. I have racist family members. I will say that. So I do know what racism looks like.
Yeah, I agree.
How can this man, as a black man, say the things that he's been saying?
Because he hasn't been through the things that most black people have been through because of the fact that he's a fucking billionaire.
He's a fucking idiot.
Well, but that's not true, though, dude, because he grew up,
but he grew up in the ghetto
in the
Chicago.
south side of Chicago, so he does know what it's like to not have money. But you're right, he forgot. Yeah.
But like, how can he say stuff like slavery never existed? Bullshit.
He didn't say that. He said that slavery was a choice, which is equally as bad.
That's fucked up.
I mean, back in the day, that was like, okay, and now he's flat out saying, Hitler was right. Like, whoa.
All right, we're going to backtrack. The German people really got it bad. I heard a comedian say this. This ain't me saying this, but a comedian said, I don't know who it was, but he was like, man, you Germans, you got it rough. I mean, you elect the wrong guy one time.
Yeah, right?
No.
Yeah.
You do, but then you let him take over. That was the thing.
Yeah.
And
Trump tried, but
I was going to say, it almost happened in this country.
He hasn't stopped trying.
That similar scenario has almost happened in this country.
It could still happen.
It could.
Yeah. I love it. Even the Republicans are like, no, because when Trump announced his presidential run, even the Republicans are like,
Boy, the crowd went mild, didn't they?
But yet they're not really shitting on him yet because they know if he does get the nomination, they're all going to have to suck his dick again.
Right.
So, yeah.
Did you guys see the symbol that Ye tweeted?
Please tell me it's a swastika.
Put me up on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
It's a swastika mixed with a Star of David.
Oh my God.
Now, and here's the other thing, Scott. I don't know if you remember, I sent you an article today about this image because apparently it matches the image for some fucking cult that believes that aliens are going to come and save them or whatever. There's some UFO group that's their symbol.
Didn't we already have that UFO group? Didn't they castrate themselves and go to the Hale Bob
We've had a few of those UFO groups, but there's more.
They got new Nikes, cut their balls off and died.
Yeah,
they have members that are still here. Heaven's Gate, their website is still operational.
Yeah. I told you guys they tried to get my grandpa in.
And they claim that they're still waiting.
Yeah.
These 2 or 3, they claim they're still on board. Right?
Yeah.
I guess not the ship. It passed them by, but they still claim we're here.
I got to do what you got to do for the group, man. Somebody got to stay behind and maintain the website.
I guess, man.
Somebody's got to do
Somebody's got to clean up after your ball falls off from your new Nikes.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. Those guys were fucking insane.
I can't.
Absolutely.
I can't feel
fucking
sorry
insane.
For them.
What I can't get, and I still can't wrap my mind around it, because I remember when all that went down. was those guys were normal people. Most of them were like scientists and shit.
I can't feel bad.
How do you fall into that?
Right. I just can't feel bad for them because
you got to want that really bad, man. You've just got to want that so bad that you don't care.
Yeah, like how many? You should know better.
This is the group that I was talking about.
Intelligent design for atheists.
They're called the Raelian Movement, and that's the exact same symbol that he tweeted. This is from Snopes. Yes, it's true that this thing that he tweeted is a symbol for this group. Now, whether or not he knew that when he tweeted it is completely up to debate. I had no fucking clue. No clue.
Man, that guy is out there.
Let me see what these people actually believe. The Raelian movement is a new religious movement based on a belief in UFOs and extraterrestrial life. I'm with you so far. The movement was founded in 1970s.
Damn, Dave's back on board with the Yeezy train.
So the founders said, they say the founder, who was born in France in 1946, claims he encountered extraterrestrial beings on the 13th of December, 1973, and received a message for humanity stating that humanoid extraterrestrials called Elohim, I've heard of the Elohim before, I bet you have too, Scotty, which translates to those who came from the sky.
Yeah.
Came to Earth 25,000 years ago and created life with their ability to control human DNA. Yada yada yada. So yeah, that's and why?
That's basically ancient astronaut origins, right?
Why these people use this as their symbol? I no fucking clue. I'd never heard of these people until
now. I understand that the swastika is not Nazi in origin.
Right.
Chinese,
right. It's the bent cross.
Yeah.
From is it Hindu or is it Buddha?
I believe Buddhism.
That's what I was thinking.
I can Google it.
I don't think it's Hinduism.
But it's been used in more than one. Yeah.
But Hitler and the Nazi Party and the Third Reich
hijacked it,
flipped it. It's no longer. It's inverted now.
Right.
For them. And
well, it doesn't matter at all. Everybody's going to see.
Put it to the side, right? Like it used
I think
to be.
I think they flipped it, inverted it, and then moved it to the side.
Yeah.
That was the thing when the whole fucking rebel flag bullshit was coming and all the rednecks were losing their shit.
Yeah, I don't get that on the rednecks. Sorry, man.
But I mean, you lost, man. And then gonna tell everybody you lost. Get over it. Anyway, they especially my family was all up in arms over this flag thing, and I tried to explain to them it's like a swastika is a Chinese thing that has a religious connotation to it, and then Hitler came along and it changed the fucking meaning. Your flag may have meant something different in 1820, what the fuck ever.
Yeah,
that's what happens with every symbol.
But
over
the
time.
ultimate F
then the
that
Klan
Hitler
came
did?
along and started waving it. And
Hitler ruined a style of mustache for generations of dudes.
Michael Jordan tried to bring it back for a little
while.
while.
What was the first thing everyone said? Is Michael Jordan
is he
Nazi or something? Like, what's going on?
You can't do that. So the word swastika comes from Sanskrit, meaning conductive to well-being. In Hinduism, the right-facing symbol is called a swastika, symbolizing the sun, prosperity, and good luck, while the left-facing symbol symbolizes night or tantric aspects of Kali. Yada, yada, yada.
Kali.
Long story short, it's been used in Hinduism, it's been used in Buddhism, it's been used in Jainism. Zeus in the ancient Greek religion.
I've not heard of that one.
But
yeah, it's a bent cross.
Yeah, so
I've just heard of Adonicism, I think is what it's called. Okay, we talked about that before.
We've not talked about Adonis, but yeah.
I think Adonism is the religion.
That's basically where you think that you are the god.
Oh, I thought that's the one. One I'm thinking of worships women with big butts.
Oh,
okay.
Well, then it's rap music.
I was
right.
Do you tell other brothers and you cannot deny?
Right.
Adonitology. Adonitology. A religion where worshippers follow big, curvy women's butts.
All right, where do I sign up?
Mix-a-Lot is the king.
Yeah. Right.
Please.
He's the founder. The original
If you look
founder.
at my Facebook, where it says religious preferences, that's what I've got is Adonitology. I just cut and pasted it. And
I love it.
Adonitology.
I thought somebody would look at it and go, "What the fuck is that?" and then Google it and see just what I found.
No, we've not talked about. I thought that because Charlie Sheen brought that up, right? He's an Adonis. You know? And it's like, you're not a god. Calm down. Bring it down. You're not perfect.
I like big butts.
But all he does is win, man.
You know.
Hang on, this is my Southern preacher voice. Hang on, let me find it. I said I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah. And afterwards, please step by because I've got the St. Peter and Paul steak knife set for you guys to have. Me and the sisters are going to get on the Honda.
Put your dollar in the plate.
For 29 easy payments. Scott,
yes, sir.
It was a bad week for cruise ships and people on boats.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which one should we start with?
I hate water. Just want to say that. I am probably going to drown one day. I have a horrible fear of it. Don't do the boats. Don't do the boats.
We're going to start with this guy, this poor guy from Alabama, who rescuers pulled from the Gulf of Mexico hours after he was reported missing from a cruise ship. Had no idea how the fuck he wound up in the water.
Say, not gonna lie on this one. I read the story. I kind of know how he probably got in the water.
I'm sure
pure speculation here.
I'm sure he was drunk, but here we go. Here's the reporter asking him a few questions.
Do you remember falling off the boat?
No.
No.
You don't know how it happened?
No, ma'am. I came to regain consciousness. I was in the water with no.
Oh yeah, this guy was drunk.
I know what happened to this old boy.
He's got that shit-eating grin on his face, right? Like
he knows.
Well, they actually said he was at the bar the night before, went to the bathroom, woke up 300 miles later.
This could have been me last night.
Like bamboo.
Right.
So I started eating on it, and it actually. I mean, I'm not gonna say it tasted good.
Wait, what did he
but
say
it gave
he was
some
eating
type
on?
of flavor in my mouth.
Hold on, I gotta go back.
He found some bamboo.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I found some bamboo.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Unknown sea creature, treading water through the night. God.
Is that supposed to be his
And
hand,
it wasn't
like
sharp,
moving
I don't
around?
believe,
so terrifying.
but it had more like a flat mouth, and it came up and bumped one of my legs, and I kicked it with the other leg. It scared me, not knowing what it was.
Oh God, I was like, is that the sea creature? That's the Coast Guard coming and getting him.
Getting rescued, I guess. 12 hours after he
was in the water.
seen.
12 hours. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
That's how it started. It started out as a happy Thanksgiving.
No, thank you.
Searched for the dude for 6 hours.
So that was one thing that happened.
Does that say they found him 20 miles off the coast of Louisiana?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is a party guy. I can tell you right now.
For sure.
I can tell by I've partied with a guy that looks like this.
Look at old boy's cheeks. He's rosy. He probably was drunk right before this interview.
He was probably drunk exactly during this interview.
Yeah, he almost died from getting drunk, so I had to go get drunk. I saved somebody saved my life party.
So that happened.
So that's cruise ship number 1.
That's one of them.
There was, 3 of them? 4 of them?
I think at least 3.
Yeah.
The old computer's being slow on me.
Oh, the old computer. She's fixing to get an overhaul in the new year.
But we got this. So the other one was migrants, right?
Yes, the one I sent you. We had a group from Zimbabwe, 3 dudes, decided they didn't like Zimbabwe anymore.
Yeah.
So they hopped onto the back of an oil. There it is.
Yeah.
So they hopped onto the back of an oil tanker rig onto the rudder, and where does it say they rolled to? It was like the Virgin Islands or something, right?
Canary Islands.
The Canary Islands.
Yeah, Spanish government. Way to do it. Yeah, but they're from Nigeria.
They found them. They treated them for hypothermia,
dehydration.
One of the dudes from the story I read was still in the hospital.
You should let them stay, man.
I mean, if you go through that,
if you're willing to jump on that to get the fuck out of your home, yeah.
So approximately 22,500 migrants were observed crossing from West Africa to the Canary Islands in 2021 alone, and they think that more than 1,100 of those migrants are confirmed to have died at sea, though many more are believed to have perished.
I'm sure more have.
So what the fuck's going on over there that's so bad that everybody wants to get the fuck out?
I don't know.
But something was bad enough that 3 dudes jumped on the back. Well, at least that we know of. Maybe it was 4.
Fucking death trap.
Maybe it was 4, right?
So this says extreme poverty, violent conflict, and climate change. So yeah, bad things. That's one of the things that's going to happen as the climate gets warmer. Is there's going to be refugees. There's going to be people trying to get the fuck out of their country and go to colder land. It's not going to be fun.
Yeah, that billionaire needed that new yacht again for the 5th time.
Hey, speaking of, Jeff Bezos just took possession of his whatever $1 billion yacht.
Oh yeah, was it like being built or something? And
Yeah,
he
just got it.
Oh, good for him. I'm
so that's
happy
ship
for
number
him.
2.
Ship number 2.
A lot of ship going down here, boys.
Listen, folks, I'm just going to tell you, when I become dictator of this world,
when
I
you
conquer
can spell
the world,
anything you want the way you want it.
Anybody that has more than $1 billion is immediately going to be executed because they've screwed a lot of people over.
I'm so sad that we live in a world
as a good one.
where there's billionaires and no one has decided to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
right.
No one's decided that
because you don't be a billionaire from doing good. You be a billionaire from screwing everybody over. And
seems to be that way.
That's exactly how it is.
Scott, what was the third story? I apparently
the
do not
third
have
story. We have another one.
Yeah,
it is the wave in Antarctica.
Oh yeah. So
was that a actual research vessel, or was that the we had this ship in Antarctica, and it said
just got Kanye.
Yeah, I always keep a window.
Look at Crazy Yeezy.
Yeah. Always keep a Kanye window open for
always just
for
in
new
case.
news.
Just in case. So I guess one of them was American. U.S. passenger killed after huge.
The one who was killed.
It was a cruise ship. It was
so it was
fucking
another cruise ship,
man.
They're calling it a rogue wave. I remember that, and I thought, what's a rogue wave?
I know, like.
What is that all about?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what the fuck that even means.
Yeah, U.S. passenger killed after a quote rogue wave struck their boat.
Hey, yo, I don't follow the system, all right? Just because I'm a wave in the goddamn ocean does not mean that I'm going to follow your fucking rules and go back and forth and splish splash like everybody else. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go knock his fucking boat over just to show you what
That's actual footage, folks.
Yes, of the ocean, the rogue wave.
And then it fired up a cigarette and was like, deuces, bitches, I'm out.
See y'all next year.
Hold my stingray.
Okay, now,
I don't know why, but I was hearing Tracy Morgan's voice.
Now I got another weird one for you guys here.
Another boat story?
This is not. We're done with the boat stories for now. This is not a boat story, but a goat story.
Oh boy, here we go.
We're rhyming now.
Here we go. So for 12 days straight, these fucking goats on this farm have been walking around in circles.
It has begun.
In a big, huge circle, and nobody knows why. Now,
I think this is herd behavior.
Scott has a theory. Tell us your theory.
I think they're in a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, and they're getting ready to be...
they're getting ready to,
yeah,
off they go,
Getting ready to be rounded up forever.
But yeah, I remember seeing this. This was somewhere in China, right?
I do not recall.
Yeah.
China, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's crazy, but...
For 12 days, though.
I've never seen it for 12 days.
12 days. That's a long
time. I've never seen it. I've seen them do stuff like that. I mean, never. And I've always seen cattle do that. I've never seen sheep or goats.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That's
especially when it's on
prophecy is being fulfilled.
Especially when it's on one of those black and white security cameras.
Right.
That gives it an extra layer of fucking weirdness.
Oh, and then
man.
the little the glitch in the security footage that makes it even better.
That's so strange, man.
It's
so
and
strange.
the little alien head logo with Santa's head on it.
Yeah,
that's a site I trust.
That's my dude Tyler with Secure Team.
Oh, for real?
Tyler actually is pretty legit. So while we're talking about weird shit, Scott sent me this video last night. Or today? I can't remember.
This is local.
This is from Festus, Missouri. Do you know where Festus is? Is that near St. Louis?
Yeah, it's outside of St. Louis.
That's what I thought. Yeah, okay.
I know who Festus is.
All right.
I used to be called Rastus.
All right, Dustin, I want your professional skeptic opinion on what you think.
Yeah, we need a skeptic on this. So let me give you a little backstory.
Yeah,
this guy is a weather watcher in St. Louis. He just records time-lapse videos, right? And this was recorded, when did you say, Dave? Like in
August 20th of this year.
Okay, so in August. I think he just got to it because it was just released this week.
So here we go. You're going to see it. The actual footage, and then you're going to see a slow down.
He records storms, so you'll see some storm action, but I already see bits and pieces.
Yeah, you can even see it now, or you could. It just
you kind of see,
but then the slow down
it'll be
version,
like right in here.
Slowed down version.
See, there's the storm.
Look,
boom, there it is.
What the fuck is that?
It's a glare on the camera.
No, glares don't go like this though.
Why does it have like 6 spikes coming out of it, like perfectly symmetrical?
It had nothing on it, and then all of a sudden 6 spikes shot out.
Hold on, let me go back to it and see if I can.
There it is.
Yeah, hold on, I'll try to find a.
I thought it was a drone because of the way it was moving.
Yeah, like you can clearly see.
I think that's just a shine.
I don't know, man.
I think it's like a flare on the.
But this is this is a time lapse video. That should be time lapsed like everything else, though, right?
Then why is it? So this is over a period of what? How long?
Probably one night.
one night?
No. This
right here is probably not over a period of a night, maybe an hour or two.
How much are we between scenes?
I get the impression that it's like a split second.
But I'm talking
that are slowed down.
Yes, but the entire video is what I'm getting. It's probably one night of him just recording.
Recording the storm, right? Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is time lapsed. That's what makes me think it's weird because it moves at a different rate than the rest of it.
Could be a fucking raindrop that landed on the fucking lens and then rolled off in the way that it's being captured.
Does an alien actually have to walk up to you, slap its Johnson across your face, and go, "I'm an alien"?
It kind of looks like a fucking raindrop, and then it's sliding down.
And then it slides back up.
But then it slides back up and over.
Yeah.
Go to the very beginning. I didn't even see that until you hit play on it earlier, Dave. You can see it at the when he comes back here, like you can see it right up in here.
And it could be with the lightning, though. Something about the way the light is hitting the lens. I just feel like it looks like a flare to me. From working with video, it looks like a flare.
Okay, take the video all the way back to the beginning, Dave.
Yeah, let's see it in real time, what it looks like.
Because right here, there it is.
Oh, yeah, you can see it. Okay, let me go back again one more time. Now, see, I think that was in real time.
Okay.
And then we get the slowed down
And then that's
version.
the slowed down. Okay.
Yeah, right about here. Is
Okay, so see, it doesn't look as weird in real time. I mean, it could be a couple of drops of rain hitting the lens.
I don't know, man.
How often does he take a photo? How many, like, are we talking it takes a new photo every 5 minutes, every hour?
I have no idea, man.
Lapse?
I don't know.
I think he just sits there with the camera on, pointing at
scroll down.
Scroll
down to the description. It may tell us.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I sent you a story with it too. Dude.
Yeah, I just grabbed it off of YouTube.
Yeah, no worries. Here, let me see if I can find it.
But this is in what you sent me. So the eyewitness states, I'm a storm spotter with the National Weather Service and accustomed to seeing things in the sky.
Yep.
During the off season, I like to shoot slow motion video of lightning whenever storms pass through. That's what I was doing at the time since lightning is
slow motion.
He was shoot slow motion video of lightning, so he records it obviously in real time, and then yeah.
I thought it was time lapsed. Okay.
Yeah, no.
My theory goes out the window then.
That's what I was doing at the time. Since lightning is unpredictable, I hit record, let it run for about a minute, then stop. I'll do this the length of the storm, then review the recordings when I'm finished. Upon review, I realized that I had captured something on video that I cannot explain. This particular video, I had hit record and realized I was in standard video mode and not slow motion, so I stopped it within a few seconds, switched to slow motion, and went on. As such, the video is very short. I've asked my peers in meteorology what they think it is, and no one has an answer. That is what brought me here. I'm at a loss for an explanation. The first video is the original, and the second is brightened up to see the object more clearly. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. And I have gone down and read some of these comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the brightened up one, I'm going to immediately dismiss anything from it.
The second?
The slowed down version. Because because it's been fucked with, it's been tampered with, and that's not going to give you 100% accuracy.
But if he just did what he said he did and just raised the light,
I'm not saying he didn't do anything but raise the lighting. I'm saying raising the lighting is going to fuck with the video, and like the little spikes and shit going on aren't even there. Like that's just the fucking computer. Like it's not. You're not seeing what you would have seen in the dark if the lights were on. You're seeing what the computer, an estimation basically. Like you're seeing a filter on top of a picture, and it's not accurate. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not how video works. You can't go in and make it brighter afterward. All you're doing is
you can raise the exposure.
Yeah, but then it doesn't.
That's not how video works, man.
I'm hungover trying to explain some complicated shit that I barely understand.
What worries me though is how quickly people dismiss it, and also how quickly people accept it.
Yeah, on either side of things. Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because I found this on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen, and I haven't really dug that deep into this one, but I haven't seen this one picked up by any, local news stations or anything yet. But again, I haven't dug that deep, so maybe they have.
No, I've seen UFOs in the air that move in a way that planes can't move. I've seen lights and shit like that in the sky before.
We've seen them here.
I mean...
But then you find out later they're drones.
Sometimes.
Or,
So what have you?
This one is that's a flare on the lens.
You think that's a flare?
Yeah, just like orbs when you take pictures and everybody tries to say, and they take a picture in a dusty room. An orb is a piece of dust being captured by the flash.
So some people say that, and of course this is the comment section, so it's not like anybody here is an expert. But
of course they are.
They're all experts on YouTube. Come on now.
I did notice there were a couple people that said that it looks like a light projection.
I'm not saying he faked anything. I don't feel like if he would have faked something, it would have been more obvious than it was, because anything rendered looks rendered. I'm just saying that his filter that he used to brighten it up.
Yeah, but even pre-filter, it's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
At least to me.
I think
it is.
It's strange. I think so.
This guy says hologram, just a light show.
If it would have been like indoors instead of outdoors, we'd be saying that we got a ghost. But it's the same thing. It's just a lens flare.
I wonder, does radioactivity have something to do with that?
Good question. With lens flares or with
no, just in general, like shit popping up on photos and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know St. Louis, there's parts of St. Louis that are radioactive. You know, you get down in Hazelwood, they just had that school that they closed. You've got that creek down there, Coldwater Creek.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
We've talked about Coldwater Creek before, where they've said it's radioactive, you know.
Here's a pretty crazy video that I just popped into my head. And I thought that we should see it. This is something that they spotted on the sun, and it.
Oh, yes.
People think that it looks like a craft, like sucking.
This is coming.
Sucking energy from the sun.
Isn't this coming our way though? Isn't there some kind of?
This is old. This is from 2012.
There's something coming up this Thursday,
and then it pulls off. I don't know what it is. I ain't saying it's aliens, but it's pretty fucking weird. Whatever it is, look, like you can see, it looks like it's sucking it up, and then all of a sudden it pulls away, and you can see like it leaves a wake behind it.
I wonder if that's like a flare.
It's a solar flare, yeah.
Because the sun is constantly just erupting.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I don't know. Those sun videos are fun though.
We had a comment from Will, our boy Will, talking about we go around the sun. How can we not see things in the path of the sun? Well, I mean, you take a flashlight and shine it in your face, and then put a quarter in front of it. You're gonna see that quarter.
Yeah.
You know. And then that's just it. You have that light constantly in your face.
Well,
you could hide stuff in that light.
Take that flashlight, though. If you're going to scale it down to the size of a flashlight, that flashlight would have to be as bright as one of those police spotlights.
Well, yeah. and you have to, and just like our moon, you have to be just enough far away to where the quarter would, totally black it out. Yeah.
I'm still watching UFO refueling videos.
But isn't there something coming up with the sun like this week? There's some kind of
I don't know. Let me
there's some kind of I saw where there was like a dead valley type thing. Like there's a big valley on the sun where they're saying it could like have more solar flares than normal come out. I saw something along those lines. I was sick all week in bed. I'm just saying. That's all I had to do was read.
Yeah.
Sleep and read, baby.
When I just Google the word sun and type on news, that didn't bring up anything.
Nothing. Well, I mean, we could always go back to some more local news.
But I do like this space article. Super distant black hole is eating half a sun a year and blasting its leftovers at Earth. That's pretty cool.
That sounds like a party. I'm just going to eat it out and blast everything in your direction.
I have this article pulled up, not because I even give a shit about the article. I love it purely for the headline. Are you ready for this headline?
What's the headline?
I'm going to read it as I pull it up here. Here we go.
Please.
2 escaped emus captured in Ohio. Unrelated emus still on the loose.
Wait, what?
I know,
So
right?
they're all related?
No. This apparently
this one's a separate incident.
Apparently, this one is on his different family tree.
And Alan Jackson's daughter comes forward about him.
He's clearly unrelated. Here,
what do you have to do with the emus?
I don't know.
Alan Jackson.
Have you ever had emu?
No.
It's tasty.
I don't know. I hear it's good for you.
Yeah.
Look at this guy just chilling in the middle of the road.
I'm sexy.
They do have a strut to them, don't they?
Right, I'm an emu.
They definitely have a strut.
Run it over. I'd run that motherfucker over.
No, man.
Run it over and eat it?
Those things are...
Where do you go to eat emu?
So in Illinois, where I lived, there was several farms around that they were raising it.
Right.
There was a couple of them in Bond County, Illinois, where there was emu farms, and they would raise, and then they would take it slaughter, and then they would come to like local festivals, and you could eat it.
Yeah.
And this same emu farm, here, let me give you. I gotta draw this out. Give me just a minute. This is great radio. Let me tell you.
I love a good drawing.
So you go up a hill, right, and you have this really like windy type hill that goes up. Oh, my pen stopped working. So in the country, my best friend James Flood had this old car, and he drove it up this hill one time. Okay, and we got up the hill and around, and then there's a really tight turn, but the hill goes down. Well, we were drinking. And so he missed the turn and went down. Well, I wasn't with him at this particular point. And he landed in a fucking emu farm, dude.
Oh, shit.
And they were like pecking at him or something.
They came after him. They'll come after you.
So he like missed, he just went right over the fence, you know? I mean, he was young. We were like 16.
Young and stupid.
He had
and
like an old like Cuda or something, just went right off the road. Yeah, and I guess they just pecked the shit out of him.
Dear God, man, that would be a hell of a
Dude,
scene to crash into.
Where's my car, right?
Yeah.
Where the emus and shit.
Dude, where's my emu?
What's my emu say? Sweet.
There's the emus. I've got footage of the emus when he landed in. That's them running.
That's them running, yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, this is the emus beating up Scott's friend.
Yeah, that's my emus beating up James.
Put that stick down. Nickerson, put it down. Nickerson, put it down. Nickerson, put it down.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I saw a video.
Yeah,
on
get
Instagram.
that off there real quick. Sorry,
I
didn't know that was going to happen.
On Instagram,
I literally put in gang fight and.
I saw a video on Instagram the other day that was taken in Kansas City with a cop, and like these people were fighting with these cops, and at one point they're on the ground. And
Good God.
And this one chick sticks her ass in the cop's face and starts like twerking on his face and shit. I totally was gonna screen record that and send it to you guys too, and I got distracted or something. It was great. The caption was "They wild in Kansas City."
Yeah. They wild in Kansas City.
So she got pulled over. What happened? She got pulled over.
I don't know what led up to it.
There's a fight apparently.
At the point that the video starts, there's like 3 or 4 people, and punches are being thrown. The cop's got his gun out.
Jesus.
Like the whole thing, like the chick that twerked in the cop's face, dude was pointing a gun at her.
While she's twerking?
Before she started twerking. It was fucking weird, man.
Do you still shoot her for like weapons of mass destruction or something? I don't.
Boys, let's take a quick break because I want to get to the cool down before I have to get the fuck out of here and go to this parade.
Dave's got to go parading.
Oh, is that why you're all dressed up nice?
No, I'm dressed nice because I came from a recital. I just played music with some of my students.
You had a student that recently came to you, a younger one, right? Was talking about shadow people and all of. We should talk about that.
We can do that. Yeah, write that down so we don't forget.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Cool down session coming up, bitches. Be right back.
Right after this on the old 77.
The new He-Man Power Sword.
Cool! It makes sound!
Is that so?
Skeleton!
The Power Sword makes 8 action sounds. It lights up with power. You can be a hero with the He-Man Power Sword. Send for a He-Man video for 99 cents and postage with specially marked vehicles.
Damn, what a drop.
I knew it was coming.
I like this one. I feel like I need to give this one like a special color.
Aren't they all green?
They're all green.
Like back in the day, green was a thing.
Yeah.
That was only the good ones. Now they're all green.
I feel like I need to make this one red because it's fire.
Dave thinks highly of all of his beats.
This is not a Dave Jordan beat, actually. So, no, I'm being objective.
We tried back in the day when we put the show together to do just bumpers like this.
Yeah.
But every single one of them kept getting us dinged off YouTube and all these places, and that's when we went to the old YouTube studio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got ourselves
give you the freebies.
Yep. Some good quality usable beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I download those for later because they change them out a lot. So when I find one I like,
dude, there's tons of them on there.
Dude, definitely. I know Scott can vouch for this. When you work in radio, you start to hear the same bump music in different parts of your life. Like, I know, like I was watching a Nissan commercial the other day, and it had the same music that we use at our work for scoreboards.
Our old, I think it was in 2007 at the time. Our old weather bed was being used by the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
You know, and it was one of those that it just came out too.
It all comes out of the same pile.
We always just use karaoke tracks that we talk over. For commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
So did somebody on the radio get in trouble for using, Michael Jackson, like actual musician artists?
No, it was the MA, well, whatever, the recording artists.
Yeah.
And I think all the rights fees, they wanted you to pay for it.
Yeah.
And then they started saying no because they didn't want their music associated with whatever you were hawking or selling.
But I'm pretty sure when I listen to Cardinals games, I don't think always, but at least sometimes the music that they come in on is music that I've heard on the radio.
Right, and that's because they're relying on. They're not broadcasting that. They're relying on their network of stations to broadcast it, whose ASCAP and BMI fees pay for that.
And then then they just put it on top of what the Cardinals feed them. Okay.
So they just feed it anyway, and then the Cardinals, when they put it out on the radio, the stations then have to take care of that.
So if the station hadn't paid their ASCAP fees, they're getting in trouble for this ball game.
Maybe.
If somebody wants to raise a stink about it.
Yeah,
if
they
sounds like
really
a lawsuit
wanted to.
waiting to happen. Has anybody ever been sued for playing a song on the radio?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's been sued. Yeah.
Like terrestrial radio.
It's got a lot. It's got a lot of rules.
Yeah, right.
It's the last
is why
place
this is
where
great.
you can have a segment and use real music, and nobody gives a damn.
Not really.
I mean,
as a guy coming from radio, not really.
Well, maybe not.
Because you can only you have to. The thing that I had in my radio experience I had this little itty bitty station, middle of nowhere, and the guy who ran it thought that the FCC only gave a shit about him.
Oh yeah.
There's tons of these. We're not Howard Stern. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And we're doing farm reports 3 times a morning. I don't think anyone's going to complain that the obits weren't read after the farm report, or at 3:30 that the Edward Jones market report wasn't there. But he only thought that the FCC was after him. So you couldn't do anything copyrighted. He didn't want any of that on his station. You had to abide by everything bought at the station, by the station, for the station. So you couldn't go out and grab like Dave's beat and put it in. Nope, can't do that.
Yeah.
It was weird like that. Even to take a CD out of a spindle. Because at the time we had just gotten a new system that came preloaded with MP3s. Oh my God, that was a big thing. Up until that point, we were playing CDs, and you couldn't even do that after that. Yeah. He didn't want it. I met Lori Morgan and what's his name's kid. I can't think of his name. Keith Whitley.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but he showed up out of the blue. Just, hey, I'm blah blah blah. Can I come in? And we had nobody there. And I was like, yeah, dude, come on. And I was going to put him on the air, but I didn't have the time. I didn't have the people. I had to do a weather report.
Oh, wow.
So I had to tell this country star from Nashville, I'm sorry, man, I can't put you on my airwaves.
That's whack, man.
Oh, wow.
That's whack as fuck.
No one knew who he was, and then he left, and everybody's like, what?
Yeah. See,
is that station still around?
Oh, yeah, and they'll always be around, sadly.
So that's a station that you put a nice letter in their mailbox last time you were in town?
And an old 77 sticker.
Yeah.
Clearly had no idea who it was.
I'm sure they're listening now.
Yeah, no, I guarantee. Well, if he's listening now, Brian, my hatred for you will only end when you do. There you go, brother.
It doesn't.
If I'd only
happy holidays.
If I'd only killed this guy when I thought of like 10 years ago or 15, 20 years ago, I'd have been out on good behavior by now.
I know, right? It would have all been worth it.
The man I hate more than anybody in this entire world.
I'm joking, but I hate this man.
Is dead.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this one.
Just as much.
I can't wait for this one to go down. He is the ultimate gatekeeper for me. Tells me no my entire radio career.
Yeah.
Actually came in while I was on the air doing a noon shift and went, hey, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun. Things are going really great and all, but you're getting too crazy. Can you bring it down a notch?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Bring it down a notch?
Hey.
Dude, that's loud.
That's loud as shit, bro.
It's not loud to me.
Very, very,
I could
very.
barely hear it. That's why I cranked it up.
Rest in peace, headphone
Sorry
music.
about that.
He keeps cranking. I keep bringing it down.
Hey, my right ear's good though.
Yeah.
My right ear's still good.
Oh, you got one off. You're rocking the old radio.
This is how I always do it, man. I always have one on, one off.
Yeah, he's got to show his credentials there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Here, let's. You may have a little more.
Let's try it now.
It's an ego thing for me.
It's
pride
that
thing.
better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah,
buddy.
I hate that dude though. And at the end of it, he ended up coming in, firing me while I got fired on the air, boys. Fired me while I was on the air. Told me, hey, here's severance. Go away. Blah blah blah. Tell everyone I'll give you a good recommendation, and then blacklisted me. I had to move because of this cat.
You guys have all seen the video of the news anchor quitting on the air, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Dustin?
My
There's
favorite.
a few of them. I've seen a few.
My favorite, her, Annetta the Mood Setter from WBLX.
What happened?
She quit on the air.
I heard a DJ get fired on the air in like the 1990s on YouTube.
There was a DJ around here that got arrested on the air for killing his wife.
Oh my God, yes! And we had a dude who was there. Mo told the story.
Yeah, Mo Lewis.
Yeah.
He told that story on our show.
On our show.
Yeah, with our good buddy Jet.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine that. I've never had that.
The marijuana girl, yeah.
Never had that.
Put
we
me
got
on
something pulled up?
Put me on the big screen, Scotty. Yeah.
Put me on Joe.
I'm pretty sure this is the
Oh,
one
yeah.
I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's great. It's a great clip. Here we go.
Fuck it, I quit.
Charlotte Green quit her
Oh,
job
it's a
as
fucking
reporter
CNN.
at an
I just want to
Alaska
see
TV
the clip.
station to become a marijuana activist.
Oh, that's right.
And critics
This
are
was like
asking,
fucking
what was
10,
she
15 years
smoking
ago.
to leave like this?
And as for this job, well, not that I have a choice, but it, I quit.
The F
Yeah.
Good for her.
You go, girl.
Good for her.
You go, girl. That's all I need. I don't need to see the whole
I love the
fucking
cut
story.
back to the anchor where she's like, what the fuck?
That's just like poor. It's like poor Mike Myers when Kanye said George Bush doesn't care about black people. That look on Mike Myers' face after, and then they cut to Chris Tucker with the same look on his face.
Who was the second host of the Tonight Show? The guy that quit on air. He quit and left his announcer there, like, and then the announcer had to come in and be the host.
I remember that one.
It was, I can't remember his name.
Wasn't Conan, was it?
No. It was in black and white still.
Yeah, there's no telling then.
Jack Parr.
Jack Parr. Yeah, Jack Parr.
Jack Parr was the guy who had the.
I think he's the first one, wasn't he?
No, the first one was Steve Allen.
Okay, Steve Allen. So yeah, it was Jack Parr.
Yeah.
He came out to do his monologue and he said something like, "There's got to be a better way to make a living than this." And then he left in the middle of the broadcast. So the announcer was like, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" And then he stayed gone for like a month or two.
And then came back.
And then he came back. And when he came back, he got this huge standing ovation. And when they were done clapping and cheering, he goes, "As I was saying before I was interrupted." And that was how he opened up the show.
I love it.
There's got to be a better way to make a living than this. Turns out there isn't.
Yeah, no.
I looked, and
there isn't.
Turns out there isn't.
I mean, if you're a comedian, that's got to be a pretty top of the food chain
gig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
well, back then
it probably wasn't.
Yeah,
there wasn't nothing there. Like when we were kids, you had at least me. I had Johnny Carson.
Yeah, but that was every comedian's dream, was to be, to replace him,
Right.
A lot of people wanted that.
Not Jack Parr or whoever the dude is.
Yeah.
Johnny made it a...
Yeah, Johnny
Carson's the one who made the Tonight Show.
He turned it into an institution for sure.
Right.
And now I feel like...
now NBC's talking about canceling it.
That's what I'm saying, man. I feel like those types of shows are dying off. Rather quickly, really.
Do you remember soap operas when you were kids?
Of course, yeah.
There's one on the air right now. I think it's like Young and Restless.
Yeah, no big loss.
No big loss, but that signals a whole change for us.
Did you guys see, though, like radio is kind of replacing that in a way, too? Because, like, Conan, he moved to Sirius.
Yeah.
Like, Conan's on Sirius now.
Yeah, Sirius seems to be doing okay.
And I listened to I got Sirius to listen to Howard, and then To be honest with you, I mean, I like the new Howard versus the old Howard.
I never did like Howard.
Yeah.
Well, the new Howard is everybody's bitching because he's calmed down a lot, but honestly, it's made the show less annoying.
Is it a better show?
To me, it is. I think it's a better
Just
show.
a little more mature than back in the day.
So, like back when he was in Terrestrial, he was in St. Louis for a while, had the whack pack.
Yeah, they
can't
still
stand that shit.
They
Yeah, I
still
don't remember
do old school shit from time to time, like they'll take two guys in a room and have them shit in a diaper and see who can have the biggest one, or
like
something.
Baba Booey would be up in there.
Baba Booey's still on the show, right?
Baba Booey.
Yeah.
But now it's all remote. And Howard. The thing I don't like about Howard is he's such a fucking hypocrite about podcasts. He shit talks podcasters all the fucking time.
Yeah, why not?
We've been out of COVID for 2 years, and this motherfucker's still podcasting from his. It is a podcast.
Yeah,
you're doing your whole show on Zoom now. That's a fucking podcast, bro. I don't give a fuck how much money you have, how long you've been in this business, and how much you think you fucking know. Nobody knows what the fuck they don't know. Nobody knows how much they don't fucking know.
Nobody knows what's going to happen next.
Right.
And you've been doing you're doing it's a podcast, bro. Mm-hmm. When you're doing it at home, it's a podcast. I don't give a fuck.
But you know what? That's what radio is now. After the pandemic, radio never went back.
Yeah, I mean, we know
a lot of the guys are still at home. They're remoting into their machines. They're doing their morning shifts the night before.
Why would you?
Why?
You know?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
It's cheaper, and you get the exact same fucking thing. Probably
No,
better
you don't.
quality.
Just like you were saying before, you get less quality because no one's maintaining it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also lose that live feeling.
Yeah.
If you just have a guy sitting behind voice tracking,
Yeah.
he didn't know what's going on the next day,
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you can't
You
spit.
can't see into the future, and you lose that whole element, man. Radio isn't radio anymore.
Well,
yeah,
and
if it's
they're
pre-recorded,
killing it. They're killing
Guns
it.
and Radio, we switched our taping schedule on purpose in the last probably 3 to 6 months. We moved our podcast. We were taping it 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And we were always a week behind on news and stuff, but we air on Monday and we tape the Sunday before it airs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! So you have a quick turnaround.
Yeah,
You do have a quick turnaround.
But by the time, because we would try to talk about like rock and roll news and shit, and then by the time we actually talked about it, nobody gave a fuck anymore.
Yeah. So
you just weren't relevant.
Yeah. So I mean,
we
it made
did that
sense.
too. We did that here for a while. At one point, we were a month and a half ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did during the pandemic because we didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. So
Right.
we recorded 2 months in advance.
Yeah.
When we recorded 8 shows back to back one day.
One day?
In a span of 2 days, we recorded 8 shows back to back, and we called it the lockdown sessions.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's a good thing we did because we ended up slowly burning that gap away during COVID because, like I said, we didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. We didn't, like, people were still talking like, what if the power goes off?
Right.
What if, this happens, that happens? We had a safeguard put in place to make sure that our show would at least air for
a couple months out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, when, pretty much nothing happened, we slowly burned away at it and just taking breaks and stuff. And,
We decided long into it that we don't need to be this far out. Just like you were saying, the stuff we were talking about would be like 6-7 weeks old by the time know it even got out and people had forgotten.
Yeah.
It was like, how can we stay relevant but still have a little bit of that turnaround for us was killer.
Well, Guns and Radio is a finite show. This show doesn't have to be finite.
No.
There's always going to be some kind of current event. We're always going to be hanging out talking about our lives. But with Guns and Radio, it's
You feel like you can only take that so far?
Well, no, we have a date.
When we interviewed you the first time, you said you had a finite date on it.
Yeah, we know. It's going to end at season 6.
Yeah, what season are you guys on now?
4.
Okay. So you got a couple years.
Yeah.
Well, a couple more seasons at least.
Well, we a season is a year for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do our season finale the day before the week before our anniversary show, and our anniversary show is the season premiere.
Right on.
But our season finale is our big blow-off show. We go all out. Like, like this last one, I had the cartoon I showed you of Phil Spector.
Love that guy.
We do something huge and special. Try to make the finale a special
big episode.
Yeah.
And then.
Did you guys see the Spectre biopic or whatever? Not a biopic, but the one where fucking the guy from Godfather.
They got Joe Pesci to play Phil Spector.
No. Al Pacino.
Oh, okay.
Al Pacino played Phil Spector. I want to see Al Pacino in that giant fucked up wig.
Dude, you get to see that. Man.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, fuck no.
This is a thing?
Yeah,
You're fucking with me, right?
No.
When did this come out?
Al Pacino is Phil Spector?
Yes. It was in it's been a while. This is 2013.
As much as we've made fun of... Dude, we made fun of Phil Spector. I did this whole tangent about we need to release Phil Spector so we can have good music again.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he died right after we killed Phil Spector.
No, you didn't.
There's your wish. Al Pacino dressed up as Phil Spector.
What the? How have I never seen this, man?
That's a good one.
Oh.
Yeah.
We gotta watch this on Guns and Radio now. You guys are over here planning my show for me.
Here's the side-by-side comparison.
Yes. Wow.
I can't believe you guys didn't know this existed.
No, I didn't. I had no idea.
This is like the first time on the show where I've made my co-host aware of some shit.
Dave has just
TV.
turned us on to movies.
Yeah, you guys are always
that does remind me of one of the occupational dances, though. Like, you know, with he looks like a Q-tip, and for some reason in my head, I just see, use the Q-tip.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
We've got to find. I'm digging through my archives because I think it's lost, but we have a lost segment on our show that wasn't all that good anyway. It wasn't nearly as funny as we thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
But the skit was I was dressed up like a pirate, and Caputo would present a rock star because the joke was all rock stars dress like pirates in the 80s. And so he would show me a rock star as Captain Shitbeard the pirate. And then I would say if this pirate was piratey enough to join my pirate gang. And that was the bit. And like I said, it wasn't really all that funny. Like when it was over and done with, because I don't think Chris really got the joke when we were talking about it. Like it needed more rehearsal, and the bit wasn't all that great. But we had it uploaded, ready to go. It was in the queue to air, and Eddie Van Halen died, and so we had to do an emergency because back then we were backed up, and we were not gonna not say something about Eddie dying this week on the show.
Yeah.
So we had to do an emergency segment taping. We cut out Shitbeard the pirate, and we put the Eddie Van Halen. We did a tribute to Eddie Van Halen segment there instead. So it's kind of awkwardly placed because it's like, when we come back, Shitbeard the pirate right after this break.
And here's Eddie Van Halen.
Come back. Well, guys,
Eddie's died.
We had to explain what happened.
Can you click on that photo right there for me, Dave?
Sure, absolutely.
That's the one I want to see.
Oh, it's not blowing up very big.
Ah, boo.
Right click, open image in a new tab.
How about this one?
That'll work. Good God, man. How have I not seen this?
Yeah.
But my argument for releasing Phil Spector is the girl he killed was a cocaine hooker anyway. She was going to die in like a week probably from an OD anyway. Might as well just let him go so we can have good music again.
I remember when this all happened. Like, it reminded... You guys ever see the movie Clue?
Like
the old-timey
one?
the old-timey one from Clue. So they're like, everyone's dying, the chandelier drops, and then all of a sudden somebody knocks on the door, and the door answers, and it's this young girl. She's like, da-da-da-da-da-da, I am your singing telegram, and then somebody shoots her.
Isn't that movie kind of a comedy?
Yes, that's what I thought this was going down, though.
Yeah.
Like the whole time that this came out, I was like, oh my God, he shot the singing telegram girl.
Well, if she's anything like she sounds like, maybe it was for the better, right?
But no, I say a lot of shit about him joking, but in real life, Phil Spector was a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was a fucker, man.
Seems to be the case.
If that would have never happened, he would have got canceled with Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah, probably.
Speaking of Harvey, I heard he's getting more time, I'm sure.
Is he? Yeah, what's the latest?
The thing I heard was he's suing somebody, saying that they're trying to do defamation or
slander
something.
His great name. Yeah, poor
From
Howard.
the pen.
A little too late for that, bud.
Poor Howard. Yeah.
Do you feel bad for Harvey?
Why did I say Howard? Poor Harvey. No. Do you?
No, not
okay,
at all.
Good.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No.
But somewhere somebody does.
Yeah.
Oh, Harvey did a lot of good.
Probably. Well, Hitler did a lot of good too. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Being
Just
honest.
kidding.
I mean, that sounds like a Kanye thing.
Yeah, that was a...
Nobody is 100% hero or villain.
No, I don't think so either.
So I am sure somebody out there he did something really great for.
Well, if I remember right, wasn't
everybody?
This was the same time that Oscar Pistorius thing went down too.
Yeah, that was the athlete, right?
Yeah, and that was the athlete. His wife, because it was the same. They tried doing the same thing, if I remember right. Like, he didn't know that she was out there. Like, Pistorius didn't know that his wife was downstairs when he shot her. He thought somebody was breaking in. They were trying to say that Spectre thought somebody was breaking in.
Oh no, he knew.
I think
he had a limo out waiting to take the hooker back when he was done with her. Like, that's how he got caught. Is the limo driver heard the gunshot and he came out and told the limo driver he shot somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they reenacted
kind of
all of
in
that
shock.
in that HBO. I think it was HBO series.
Did they show Pacino without the wig? Because at the end of the whole trial thing, they had Phil Spector in jail and his wig was gone, and it was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I don't recall it whether they did that with Pacino or not.
Because like he was completely bald on top,
Here,
like
not
5-6
completely.
hairs,
He was completely bald, like my balls are
like a naked mole rat underneath that thing, man.
Here he is on the top left.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
it was like his mugshot, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's the picture we used in the cartoon.
Oh God, that's just. He looks like a serial killer in that picture.
Oh,
man.
he was a piece of shit. Like, he definitely deserved to go to prison. But if you do notice, what year was it Phil Spector went to prison? Because it's about the time music started getting shitty.
Oh, nah. Music's been shitty forever.
He was sentenced to 19 years in prison for the murder that he was sentenced for happened in 2003.
But he didn't go to prison in 03.
No. That's when it happened.
It was like 05 or 06.
I think it was closer to like 09.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a little caption here that says him wearing his wigs during his trial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which they put it off as long as they could, and people wouldn't forget about it. If people would have forgot about it, they wouldn't. It's kind of like when my friend Chris got murdered, and the guy showed him where the fucking murder weapon he hid was and everything, but since he was related to some judge, they just sat on it for a few years till everybody forgot about it and
You
let him
talked
go.
about that before.
Yeah, I'm not going to let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
That is kind of fucked up.
Corrupt judges and prosecutors.
That happened in Mississippi, by the way. If I knew the exact town, I would tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably Google it real quick.
I feel like that's more common in the South, where you have that kind of thing, where
good old boys.
just a good old boy, ain't hurting anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, because around here it happened. I'm not going to say it didn't, and I don't know about here in Jeff City in Missouri, but in Illinois, that shit would happen all the time.
It happens
back
everywhere.
in the past.
Yeah, I feel like
70s.
That happened in Macon,
80s.
Mississippi.
Macon, Mississippi. There's a Macon, Missouri.
Yeah. In 2015.
I'm from close to Vandalia, Illinois, and there's a Vandalia, Missouri.
Yeah.
And I used to know a dude that lived in Vandalia, Missouri, but he worked in Vandalia, Illinois with me.
Trippy. How far away are they?
I think it's by May. I'm not really 100% sure, but I think it's up by like Macomb area.
He had to have been one of the only people in the world that was traveling, working in a town with the same name as the town that he lived in.
His last name was Christian, by the way.
Yeah.
Bobby Christian. I loved Bobby, but his pickup line was, "Don't worry, baby, I'm a Christian."
I like it.
And it worked for him, man. I never seen shit like that happen.
I love it.
Smoothest dude in the world.
Hey, if you can make a girl laugh, you're on your way.
You're in like Flynn, son.
You're on your way, man. It's all
So
about the laughter.
In 2019, they said they found new evidence that could free the murder suspects. I've not read this article. I'll probably read it. But I don't know, man. Motherfucker, you showed them where the goddamn weapon was.
That doesn't mean you actually did it, though. You only knew its whereabouts.
Well, you know what? You should burn for it then, because you're protecting somebody. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What if it's your son?
Don't care.
If you guys had, okay, never mind. But for Dave, if one of your boys came to you and was like, "Dad, I killed a guy."
Yeah.
Like, as a parent, do you turn him in, or do you protect your children?
Right. You know,
That's a hard one.
This is a cop out for sure, but I don't think I could answer that question unless I'm really in that situation.
And the only reason I say that is the whole Casey Anthony thing. Do you guys remember the
I was
the
just
chick
reading an
from-
article about her today because there's a new there's a series with her coming out.
Seriously?
Yeah, on
She's gonna get babysitting tips.
Oh
Peacock.
God!
Yeah.
She was at a Steel Panther concert, like dancing on stage. I saw.
Was she?
Yeah.
She was pretty hot. I'll give her that.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, I'd bang her, but I wouldn't trust her to babysit my kids.
No,
You know, I mean, that was a weird thing. She got off.
Yeah.
It
It was that was almost.
No, I don't think so.
That was almost OJ level.
Have you ever seen a hot girl go to jail for murder? 'Cause I haven't.
What about attempted murder? Our girl from the lake's going to jail.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Have we got any new news on her?
Yeah, on the Cougar Queen.
Let's find out. The Cougar Queen.
I love how you call her the Cougar Queen.
Yeah, nobody knows what I'm talking about when I say the Cougar Queen unless they listen to this show.
So what's the difference between a cougar and a puma?
I don't know.
A cougar can still hunt, grab it, drag it, throw it up in the tree, and eat it. A puma just gets it.
I must be a puma. I don't put a lot of effort into it, but I get it.
But I just get it.
Yeah, there's nothing new.
Nothing new?
No.
Last I knew, she had parole violation.
She had to go to jail for 96 hours because she violated her parole.
96 hours?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know the lady that claims she sold me my house is getting a reality show.
For
No
reals?
kidding.
The woman with the weird teeth that's in all the photos. That's a realtor.
From around here?
God, I
Yeah.
can't think of her name. Ashley something?
I don't think so.
There's a realtor around here that does a podcast, or at least she was, and she would take like a camera crew and go to downtown Jeff City stuff. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and she stopped doing it.
It's not Ashley Peterson.
Yes,
Marie Hopkins.
Ashley Peterson did it.
I graduated with her.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know she was that young.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anna Marie Hopkins. Like, I bought my
Oh,
house.
yeah.
Oh,
know
no,
who that
my
is.
God, that girl.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
She is such a pain in the ass. When I was buying my house, I bought it from one of her people. She had to be there for some shit, and then she drug ass
Yeah.
on the signing, and it was like this wasn't very important to her.
Yeah.
Because it
She's too
wasn't
big.
a fucking multi-million-dollar sale.
Right.
So I got treated like a second-class motherfucker with
This
this
is the
bitch.
chick that has her hustle on point. She's always up in the sky.
Yeah.
She's in,
And then they're wanting me to wait on Anna Marie to get there to take a picture with her with the sold sign. And I said, fuck no. She didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to this bitch. I talked to this bitch one time. And then she talked to me like, why aren't you talking to my people?
Oh.
And so I was like, okay, whatever. Then fuck you, I guess. And
Damn.
I told the girl that actually sold. I said, I'll take the picture with you.
Right.
But I'm not waiting on fucking Anna Marie. She didn't do shit. I mean, here I've got the documents. I own the goddamn house now. Like, I don't owe her shit. Like, I don't need to keep her happy.
But you still gave her commission, bro.
Well, yeah. I wanted the house.
Tonight's show brought to you by Remax.
Yeah, but she
At the
didn't do
lake.
shit. The lady that worked for her did everything.
At the lake.
And then after, now I've owned this house for like 15 minutes, and they're wanting me to wait on this motherfucker bitch to show up, and I go, no, she didn't do anything. I'm not going to sit here and give her publicity with my face on it, knowing I was going to come here eventually and tell this story.
Yeah, of course.
So no, I said, and I put my foot down. I said, no, if I've got to wait on Anna Marie, I'm not going to take the fucking picture for you. I was like, I'll take it with her. She sold me the goddamn house.
Yeah. So was that one of Anne Marie's minions that actually did all the work and sold you your house?
And the one time I talked to Anna Marie,
how was her minion? Was her minion nice to work with?
Oh, yeah,
Good
she
job.
was
That's
great.
good. I like it. She was okay to work with?
Yeah, she was great. She did a very good job. Yeah, I was very satisfied with.
Do you think she hates her boss?
I'm not going to say on air one way or the other.
I don't know.
I can't speculate on that. I don't have any information on that.
How did the overall signing go? Did the because I noticed like
Well, we waited on Anna fucking Marie for a while, and then finally they got whatever they needed her to sign.
But did anybody say something like, "Oh, we're waiting on Anna Marie again"?
The banker did.
Yeah. I was going to say bankers are usually the ones you got to pay attention to in that because they're like, "What the hell?"
So I was like, "Look, dude, you want?" I'd been there for an hour. I'm eating up my fucking annual leave at work, which they don't give out willy fucking nilly.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you have the phrase that I use to describe the state of Missouri too. I work for the state. They don't like me to have a lot of money, so I don't.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, they don't give that fucking annual leave out willy fucking nilly. So I'm sitting here burning my time, and I'm like, look, are we going to sell the fucking house or not? Because at this point, I've been here like an hour and a half sitting in this empty room in this uncomfortable ass chair. I was getting cranky, and it's like, look, we've come all this way, but I am never a motherfucker that won't say fuck it and bail on a situation.
Yeah.
And I was just about to say fucking bail on this situation when they was like, oh no, well we'll get what she needs to sign done digitally. I'm like, what the fuck are we waiting on then?
Right.
And why did it take that long? Jesus.
Yeah. Like she was not helpful at all. I just did not have a good experience with Anna Marie.
Damn
and if I could have bought the same house from somebody else just so she wouldn't have got a commission, I would have been happy to have redone whatever I had to redo to give somebody else besides her this commission. And then I find out, well, she's working on a reality show. And I'm like, well, fuck her reality show. I'm trying to buy a goddamn house. I am the star here.
I wonder.
Anna Marie Hopkins is getting a reality show at the lake?
Yeah, apparently. It's going to be like the Cougar Queen.
I got to Google it now. I wonder what show it's going to be.
I don't know. I'm not going to fucking watch it. Fuck Anna Marie Hopkins.
You hate her so much.
I think it's called The American Dream.
You get one chance to fucking not piss me off. And
I
it
love
ain't
that.
that hard. All she had to do was show up on time, sign a goddamn paper.
Yeah, but when you're that high up on the chain,
You know,
don't
I was
have to
wondering
do
that
any of
too.
shit
If she's
anymore.
why is she even doing that though?
Then fuck you, bitch.
That's funny.
So it's going to be.
So another unsatisfied customer here.
No, I'm very satisfied with the person I worked with. It's just the person I worked with happened to work for.
So it was like
Anna.
her team. So like in town, oh God, what's his name? The only one I can think of is Adam Stark.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything negative about Adam Stark at all, but he seems like he has a team that works for him, and he's the face. Everybody else does the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heath Higgins is another one.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't
I see
do
that.
anything.
I see that one.
She's some
He's a
fucking
good
pretty
dude.
girl that probably married a rich man. He funded all of this shit to get her out there.
Allegedly.
And so she takes all these pictures and doesn't actually do any fucking thing, but thinks.
Well, that sucks,
her shit
man.
doesn't-
I'm sorry you had a really shitty experience with her. We used Action Realty. Used Margaret Thanen.
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
She was good to work
Yeah,
with.
Margaret and Blake at the time.
We had a great realtor.
They
too.
were great, both of them.
We got lucky with
As a
ours.
matter of fact, I still get Christmas.
Oh, my realtor was
I still
great.
get Christmas stuff from Margaret. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Bought these desks. I got more on the way from Margaret.
Nice.
We used to, and then ours passed away, so she doesn't send us things in the mail anymore.
Yeah,
But I'm
that's
not
a
going to say that Anna Marie was my fucking realtor because she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She was the realtor agency, I guess.
Yeah.
All she did was hold up the process. Literally.
Held up the
All
process.
she did was held up the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And signed her name on a couple documents.
Yep.
So if you too love Anne Marie Hopkins, you can watch her show on CNBC, CW, Fox, CBS, ABC, Apple TV, Fire TV, and
Apple
Roku. Do you say Roku or Roku?
Roku.
I pronounce it correctly.
Yeah. Roku is not right.
Roku is the number 5 in Japanese.
My
Except
former
it's
father-in-law
Roku.
said Ruku.
Okay, well that's completely fucked up.
I love that. I'm sorry. Roku.
I still
it is.
love that man.
Yeah.
I talked to him the other day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's got a fire pit he was going to give me, and it was.
This
like,
is your former father-in-law?
Well, I
you
say
said?
my father-in-law, but I never married the girl. I just lived with her.
I see.
And,
Close enough. I mean, close enough.
well, I loved her family, and I loved her.
Yeah.
But like I told him, I was like, no, dude, you're welcome to come by anytime you want.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister got divorced recently, and like we're all still cool with my now ex-brother-in-law. Like, actually, I put a thing up on Facebook the other day because they were having my kids like sell shit from school, like for a fundraiser.
Fucking hate that.
And my
Just say it.
ex-brother-in-law, he bought whatever it was they were selling, which was very nice. So yeah.
My daughter,
Nice.
her best friend just moved. They were living across the street from Pioneer Trail in one of those homes out there in the Paradigm area. I love that Paradigm area out there, by the way.
Yeah, it's nice.
But they were military family, just moved up to Minnesota. It was such a sad thing this week.
Yeah.
We were all sick as a dog, and here my daughter was losing her best friend.
Oh.
So we had to take care of that.
Yeah. So is she gone now?
She gone, boy.
Yeah, man, that
They
sucks.
took off. I didn't realize how prevalent the military was around this area in recruiting.
Yeah, I've got.
I didn't realize that.
I've
He
got
was
a-
a recruiter.
buddy that I graduated with is a recruiter. Yeah.
Do you guys remember a couple of years ago? Because that's what got me thinking on this. Was they had that somebody threatened to shoot somebody in the recruiting office or something. There was some kind of brouhaha.
I'm going to go in here with all these people that are trained to kill.
But there was some kind of brouhaha that went on about it, and locals showed up, like local dudes showed up at the Army recruiting offices and just had weapons on display sitting in lawn chairs. Like they were going to, protect the Army guys. I always thought that was weird.
Yeah, man.
Does nobody remember that?
I don't remember.
It rings a tiny bell to me.
I've been here a year longer than Dustin.
Yeah. I do remember.
My 7th anniversary was this week, by the way.
My 8th anniversary is coming up in July.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Congratulations,
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. We're all good there.
I was throwing us on some Army music. Culture story. But then the ads got me.
Oh, always.
Yeah, there's a lot of, because you've got the National Guard bases here. You've got Fort Leonard Wood.
Yep.
There's a lot of military folks.
Yeah, I forget
here.
about Fort Leonard Wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've
That's
been
the
there.
only one I know.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more that I don't recall.
Yeah,
but,
and Leonard Wood's a big one too, right?
Right, and
Yeah.
that's I
had a buddy that was there.
Well, is it Leonard Wood that the stealth fighters fly out of, or I want to say it's a different one.
That I don't know of.
I think it's a different one, and I can't remember what.
Did you see where they just unveiled a brand new stealth fighter?
No.
It's dope looking, dude.
Let me Google
and
that
it makes
shit.
me wonder if that's UFOs that people are seeing, because it doesn't even look like an alien. It looks like an alien spacecraft.
Now, is it an American stealth
Yes.
jet? Okay.
Yes, it's an American stealth jet. That's it right there.
Oh, right there. Let's take a look at this, man. They went with like a lighter color.
It's
for
like
this
almost
one.
bluish.
Interesting.
It's dope, dude.
Wow. Okay.
The story I read had it like it flies faster than the other one. Like it can go lower and still be undetected. Like
That's a
look at that
UFO.
thing. That looks like a UFO, right?
Somebody has seen that. That's one of the ones that we've.
And that's what makes me. That's what makes me
Probably.
wonder.
Yeah, probably.
Is experimental aircraft
It's
UFOs?
probably a mixture of shit.
I think so,
Probably
too.
a lot of things.
The 6th generation aircraft is expected to help the Air Force penetrate the toughest defenses for precision strikes anywhere in the world.
You know, when I want to do precision strikes, I got to get that penetration on.
Yeah,
just
man.
saying.
I use Blue Chew, and you can.
And you can too.
They're being assembled in California.
Are we sponsored by them yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. We're just waiting on a response.
Unless, of course, you want to sponsor us, then we unfuck you, Blue Chew.
Yeah.
We
Fuck
love you
to the
guys.
We
sponsor.
love you guys.
We love you. We love you.
You guys
I'm
put
gonna
me
tell
in
you,
between
man.
a rock and a hard place. Broomch.
I wish they would have more pictures. You want to know what I'm excited about in this world? I'm excited that we're actually going to put some people back on the moon again. That's cool to me.
Oh, the Artemis 1
yeah,
rocket?
that's cool to me. I'm
Artemis
excited about
2,
that.
they're prepping.
Hopefully we'll actually get some good like HD video this time around.
We need to have a presence on the moon.
Since it's been like
kicking dirt around.
50
That's
years
gonna
since
be
we've
great.
been there.
That needs to be a staging area. Why are we not doing that?
Absolutely.
All they're
You know.
gonna do is go up there and kick dirt around again and waste 100 billion.
Well, but they're also saying that it can be used as a jump-off point for a future mission to Mars too. So it does have some strategic advantages.
What was it? God, I know I heard
How long
it.
does the trip take?
To the moon
3
or to
months?
Mars?
3 months to the moon?
No,
no.
to Mars.
To
I think.
Mars.
I think it's about that.
It's a
about 3
little.
months.
I think it's a little around 3 months.
Yeah, that's what I.
So what we're saving an hour? That's like me.
No. So if you get up there, you would have to calculate. So if you have your rocket, right, and you've got just the people who are going there, that's a hell of a lot easier to get up. And you just take all of your materials, put it in a couple rockets, shoot it to the moon. That's your base. You go up, stock up, get the fuck out.
It's all about the
you
payload.
Plus, you can use the orbit of the planet and the moon to slingshot.
Yeah,
and
you're
get
going to
yourself
have
further.
to do that anyway.
You have to.
But what's the point of stopping on the moon? Because that's like if I'm riding to Chicago, all right, and I leave Jefferson City, and I get as far away as like Holt Summit, and then I'm like, well, time to take a break. Let's get in the hotel, and then I leave from Holt Summit to go to Chicago. Like,
Not necessarily. It would be more like if it took you from here to Chicago to get to Holt Summit. And then from there, you were going to Phoenix.
Okay.
Now, you need to stop and go to the bathroom. You need to stop and, it's all in distance. If personally, I think this is going to lead to where we have no civilian space this is all me, but I think we're eventually going to where there won't be a civilian space like NASA unit around anymore. It will be Space Force. Yeah. And we're going to go up there. I mean, it'll probably be in tandem like on the movie Stargate, where the government was like, yeah, we're cool. And then you do it, and they're like, oh, we're going to have to take over now. I think it's going to be something like that. Yeah, and I think they're going to have, yes, and I think they're going to have the moon as a staging spot, but what are we staging for? We're staging for something bad.
Yeah.
War. Because that's the new spot. Plus, I just read a story while I was sick where some contracting company that 3D prints homes has been contracted to 3D print buildings on the moon.
Yeah.
But it's illegal to put weapons on the moon.
As long as they're disassembled.
Is there a treaty or something about that?
Yeah, Ronald Reagan era shit. Wasn't it that whole Star Wars bill?
That was what that was.
There's no, you can't weaponize space.
Right,
I remember.
Right. Okay, I remember that a bit.
That's why we don't have lasers as satellites.
Because we never could.
That would make a lot more sense than putting
like the Justice League?
Yeah, like the giant laser on the moon, hold the world ransom sounds funny when you're a supervillain, but like...
Good point.
It would be much more effective to have a laser satellite.
Wouldn't it be more effective to put a bio weapon on the Earth and then just move to the moon?
Why? There's nothing up there. Now you've won, but have you really?
Yeah, you're alive. You and however many people you took to the moon, you just kill off the planet, then you go back down to the planet.
I'm reading an article about...
It sounds great that to be like... Now, granted, I do think there are too many fucking people, and we should have... We
like a massive cull?
We should have... If there was a way to just Thanos snap some people away, I would do it.
Why?
Because there's too many fucking people. All of our resources, there's too many people living. We don't live in poverty in this country, but other people do.
No, and that's by choice, though.
That's because
our billionaires refuse to give their money out and help other people. They want to hoard it for themselves.
Well, that's one of the things when I conquer the planet Earth and I take over and everybody's enslaved by me. That'll be the first thing I do.
So I'm reading an article.
Hey, man, as long as you can automate my job, bring it on, bro. Bring it on.
I'll
happily submit.
This is a debate as far as whether we should go to the moon as a stepping stone to Mars. That's a debate. And so, like, some people support just going straight to Mars. So here's some of their points.
What happened to Venus?
They argue that, in fact, the moon is a terrible practice for Mars. On the moon, astronauts don't have to worry about surviving a plunge through an atmosphere. On Mars, they will. The tug of gravity is weaker on the lunar surface than on Mars. The moon is extremely cold, and a single day there lasts nearly an Earth month. By contrast, a Mars day is nearly equal in length to an Earth day, and a summer day on the red planet near the equator could feel as pleasant as a spring day on our own. So I'm not going to read this whole fucking article, but yeah, there are advantages to using the moon as a stepping stone.
I think that's inevitable. I think the moon is going to not only be a stepping stone, but we're eventually going to live there.
Yeah,
I think you're going to have Earthlings, people from the moon. You're going to have people on Mars. What happens when people are born on the moon?
What's going to happen?
Yeah, what are they citizens of?
That's what's going to happen. Is they're going to declare their independence eventually.
Eventually, it'll be like Gundam.
Yeah.
It'll be it'll be Earth versus the moon.
Well, you'll have the People's Republic of Mars probably, or something like that. You'll probably also have some kind of thing like that for the moon as well. Mooners.
The Mooners.
Have you guys ever heard the Moon song?
Moony.
The Moon rap.
I've heard my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm sorry.
Davey,
yes,
why don't you pull that up for us so we can actually get the visual?
On what, on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. Just Google the Moon rap. I want to hear you guys react to this.
What is the Moon rap?
It's a rap song about being the moon.
Speaking of rap, did you guys hear that Snoop has come out with an album of kid affirmations?
No, I have not
heard that.
You are important. You matter.
I love it.
I need this.
I was like, I need that in my life,
There you go,
Snoop.
the second one.
We're not going to get pulled, are we, if we play this?
I've played it on Guns N' Radio, and they didn't fuck with us. I mean, surely.
What do you think, Scotty?
I don't go for it, man. What the hell?
Give it a shot.
If they do, we'll edit it out.
We'll clip it out.
That's fine. You really don't have to do
All right, well, here I go then.
boy.
Well, the earth is full of creatures. Anyone could be a friend.
Ah.
It sure would be a shame if all of that were just to end. But I'm a scheming, dreaming demon.
Oh, he's over here rapping it.
And I'm devising the
Oh, sorry.
The entire human race is on the moon.
What? I don't understand.
You know who he looks like? He looks like Mac the Knife from McDonald's. Mac Tonight?
Yeah.
Well, how do you like my song so far?
I don't remember.
You don't remember Mac Tonight?
No.
Gee, Mr. Son, I think that I'll miss you the most, but I'm afraid that you and all the other matter will be toast.
This reminds me of like fucking Hamilton or something.
Well, this reminds me of epic rap battles of history. Oh, blew him up. I love how he's got a hat on backwards, too.
My favorite line is, I think religion warned me about you.
On the moon. Yeah, he definitely looks like Mac tonight.
No more liquid, solid gas. Take a deep breath, it could be your last.
I thought he was going to talk about ass.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, I remember why.
Because I'm the mom. Explanation. I think religion warned me about
There it is.
Yeah, that's my favorite line.
I wonder how old the person is that came up with this. It's probably some 13-year-old kid in his mom's basement.
Oh, guaranteed.
With way too much time on his hands.
Guaranteed.
I don't know. You read the lyrics to the song. I'm getting ready to record with you, so I mean.
Yeah, but yours actually have like a rhyming scheme, and yeah, you could tell that it wasn't written by a third grader or a sixth grader.
We caught that melody too, by the way.
It was written in the car on the way to Mississippi.
Yeah, that's when you get some.
And
of your
then I
best writing.
memorized it and had to wait till I could stop to write it.
Wait, so you were driving?
I was driving,
writing it as you were going along. See,
nice.
you need to be like Jay-Z and just remember it all, not have to write any of it down.
That's probably good, yeah, but
that's interesting.
I'd long forgot that song. I couldn't because I know me.
Rick
and
Rubin
been talking about that.
What about Rick Rubin?
Did you see the Rick Rubin interview where he was talking about that?
About Jay-Z? Yeah. There's actually a video from a Jay-Z documentary with Rick Rubin where he's recording 99 Problems, and Rick's talking about his Jay-Z's process and how he doesn't write anything down.
And he was like, I don't get it.
He always gets it on the first take. He was hanging out with the dudes from Beastie Boys while that was happening.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's Mac tonight.
Oh, yeah, I do remember him.
Pull this cat up here.
Yeah, man.
Get the right display going on.
Showing you a little behind the scenes action.
Oh, not that one.
You broke the universe, Scott.
Yeah, well, I tend to do that. Wow, $35 for this rare vintage Mac tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, if it takes you back to your childhood.
Baby, grand piano player, baby.
Love it. Yeah, I do remember him. And you want to know what else this reminds me of? The California Raisin ads.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about those.
Love those things, man. Yeah, they were the shit. And I remember they had McDonald's. They had California Raisin toys you could get with a Happy Meal.
You remember the chicken nuggets and the food that would turn into Transformers?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I had all those.
Come on, man. Of course.
Did too.
Yeah. Well, actually, we're still using the the Pocahontas fine china upstairs from McDonald's. Yeah. We just dug that
Dude,
up.
It's so funny.
Nothing. The Batman Mr. Freeze glasses from McDonald's. Nothing has beat that yet.
Nothing. Yeah, that's the best one ever, huh?
I remember back in the day, McDonald's would give you like some kind of ice creamy, maybe like a Coke float or something, and you would get the glass. It would be a glass.
Yeah. I remember they had like a collection of Garfield glasses. You guys remember those?
Oh, yeah. I unlocked a memory just now.
Wow.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can see. I see those things.
Cups.
Yeah, like
coffee cups.
Yeah,
do you remember the Flintstones promotion with all of that? You had all the glasses, but it looked like a mug.
Like rock.
Yeah, it looked like a bedrock mug or something.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Barely, but I remember something.
That one goes back. Well, I even go back a little further because I can remember these little, like, green things. They were like the opposite of Smurfs almost. They were really little. It was kind of like Snorks, but I had several of those. And you had, like, there was a bunch of them, and then a girl, and then there was, like, a spaceship that you could play with. And, oh, man, that takes me back to, like, the early 80s. Had to have been.
Can I lick your ass?
And I had all of those too. I think I ended up giving them away. Maybe my mom. I don't know. When my mom passed, maybe they went somewhere. I don't know. All my stuff kind of got just shuffled when Mom passed.
Dude, I had Michael Jordan's autograph and I can't find it.
Man,
Yeah.
The stuff that we lose all the time.
Yeah, man. I had and it was personalized. It had my name on it.
Really?
Yep. It said to David.
Your mom didn't give it to you, did she? She's
No.
oh, I know you've been having a rough couple days,
No,
Davey,
man.
with the AIDS and all, but here's
AIDS.
Michael's. He sent this for you.
I got that from my dad, who worked at the Chicago Bulls, affiliate in Chicago.
WGN? No shit.
I don't know. It was some station that he worked at. It was a radio station.
Your dad worked at WGN?
I don't think he ever worked at WGN, but he worked at a radio affiliate that worked with the Bulls.
Somehow he was able to get up in there.
That's how he got the autograph.
That's
he
dope,
He
dude.
got one for my sister, and he got one for me.
What
too.
was your dad's radio name? I know we've talked about some stuff.
I don't know,
it?
because like later in his radio career, he wasn't an on-air guy. Like
Okay.
he also did sales in there.
Fair enough.
A little bit of this.
I can't believe a salesman would leave his wife and their small young children and just go off and do his radio shenanigans.
Yeah. Does it all make sense now?
Yeah, that totally
Your
makes
dad's
sense.
like just pieced out on you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
I mean, like I talk to him still. And
I know you do. You have a small relationship with him. Now, I need to know this.
Yeah.
Is this the badass's son?
No, that's
Okay.
my mom's dad.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That just settles my inner anxiety,
heart,
man.
yeah.
Everything is right still in the world.
Yeah, he was an on-air guy on TV for a while. Like, he was on with Dick Preston way back in the day at KRCG.
Wow. Okay.
According to my mom, I know, like, he worked at Learfield. He was a sales guy at Learfield.
Probably.
At this,
Everybody
at
did
this
back
one
in the day.
business in town that we know of. And supposedly, my mom's side of the story, and I've not gotten my dad's side of the story, is that he was fired from Learfield as a salesman.
I hear a lot of salesmen got fired in the day.
He apparently, thought he was hot shit. And
Yeah.
thought he could just come into work whenever he wanted.
A salesman?
And some guy named Clyde, I think, fired him.
Who's like a billionaire who I just passed in the bathroom the other day in bunny flippers.
Yeah. Did
and
you really?
Like a terry towel slipper claw thing brushing his teeth. Oh,
yeah.
I've told you that story before. So I moved from a town in Illinois of 230 people to Jeff City, and everybody told me when I came here, they were like, everybody, we have to convince Jeff City's not that small. With you, we had to convince it's not that big. So I come here and I meet Clyde Lear for the first time. Dude's amazing. I mean, he's a millionaire, right? Several times over. He was probably an asshole back in the day because he was a business owner. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have liked him, but I like him now. Yeah. Clyde came up to me and was like, hey, how are you? We started talking 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm loving this. I'm talking to this dude. He's a millionaire, you know. Yeah. I'm sitting here having a great time, good conversation, and then he goes, where are you from? And I tell him this little town in Illinois, and he's like, oh, looks me dead in the eye and goes, people are special in little towns. And I went, what do you mean by that? And he went, time to go.
Did he really?
He did.
Time to go?
He looked me right in the eye and went, people are special in little towns. And all I could think of was the scene from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
You know, the salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Morons.
It's right. That's hilarious.
I was like, this motherfucker insulted me to my face and then took off.
When I worked at Ashley Furniture one day, the owner was the Waniks, Ron and Todd.
Yeah.
Father and son. They're both multi-billionaires. And my friend Nilda, she was pretty attractive older lady.
Nelda?
Nelda.
Wow, I've only heard that one other time.
She was looking pretty cute that day. I told her.
Okay.
You know? I mean, me and her had like an aunt and nephew kind of relationship. So
right.
it was
I get that.
It was
looking pretty good, Auntie.
It was like, yeah, she did look cute. And so one day he was walking by Todd. It was either Ron or Todd one. But like within a week, but they'd both flirted with her at least once. Because one of them walked by and he said, wow, you look foxy. And she just thanks, it's the hat. And then she just left.
Good for her.
And then she said something to me about, like, the second time, because the other one hit on me the other day. And I was like, what'd he say? I don't remember what he said. It wasn't nothing out of the appropriate. They just complimented her and told her she looked nice. It was all they were trying to do. They weren't harassing her.
What was she trying to do?
Nothing.
Good. I'm like, she wasn't trying to get them to harass her.
She was gay.
Ah. Well, then even better.
And so I told her, I was like, man, you better hope some fucking billionaire don't come up and start hitting on me and not mean it. Because I'd just be more mad if he ain't serious.
You know what?
He's getting us both.
You like, dude, get me some shit, too.
You want to know what I noticed today?
What'd you notice today, Dave?
The TikTok logo looks like a hook, like a fish hook. I think that's intentional by the Chinese government. I think they're trying to hook us.
I love TikTok, so they got me. I watch jiggle videos and occasionally make a TikTok.
Yeah. We've talked about how TikTok in China is different, right?
Yeah.
On the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, than it is in America.
Yeah, it's definitely different here.
It's all very interesting. Yeah, it's a bunch of
jiggling
booties.
tits. That's about all it is.
That's what my Instagram is. So
You mean whore talk? Because that's all it is. Like, when I first got on TikTok, it was an excuse for girls to be slutty.
It still is.
You
Well,
know,
no, I don't
that's
know.
all
Yeah,
it was.
I guess TikTok, too. I thought you said Instagram. But
Please
yeah,
don't
I think they both are. Yeah.
Instagram's a little cleaner,
I
feel
sluts.
like. At least it used to be.
Yeah, I think you're probably right
TikTok,
about that.
I feel like, is just absolute filth.
Purely.
Yeah, it's... I saw a dude on there today. He allegedly went through, like, body modifications, and he made himself a black alien. Like, his face looks like an alien. He's like inked himself black. But his issue was he was on the platform saying he couldn't get a job. Nobody wants to hang around me. I can't had his eyes tattooed and shit. They're all black. I can't imagine that no one feels comfortable around you to do this.
It's ridiculous.
I'm going to pull up TikTok. I'm going to get over here so the camera can see. And I'm going to see how many swipes on videos it takes to show me jiggle tits. Oh, I just pulled it up.
Well, there you go.
First one.
Oh, that's an ass. He's got a very nice. I'm going to go ahead and like that so it'll show me more big booty content. Okay, there's a dude. There's a dude.
Skip.
There's a dude.
Skip.
There's a dude.
Skip.
Let's see if I can't pull this.
There we go. Jiggle tits.
There you go.
There you go. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. So what? Couple swipes?
Feed that algorithm,
Yeah,
brother.
There we go. And again, jiggly booty.
Feed that algorithm.
Don't take very long.
No. I mean,
Boys, I got to get out of here.
I know you do, man.
Yeah.
Once you hit that bump on us, man.
I got a parade I'm supposed to make an
Goes by
appearance
so
at.
fast.
You
I look
better.
forward to hanging with you guys, and then we get here, and it feels like it takes 5 minutes. and we're
Yeah,
done.
true that. Especially when we haven't been with each other for a few weeks.
It's been a
Yeah,
hot
I've been looking
minute.
forward to it.
But hey, we'll see each other again in like 5 days.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna do
Thursday.
do our regular thing on Thursday. Okay,
Might as well.
yeah. Hopefully our buddy Biscuit will be back
Scotty
with us.
doesn't get
Shit,
the
I
plague.
can't this Thursday.
Uh-oh.
My boy has got in Missouri. My boy's got a play that I have to go to. I can't do it on Thursday, boys.
We'll talk off the air. We'll
Let's
figure
just do it
something
from
out.
the play.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, from the stage. Yeah,
We'll be in the
Shit, I
corner
just
of the
realized
stage,
that.
that's okay. We'll figure it out.
criticizing these little kids.
Look at this asshole. Look at this little
Look at
asshole.
these 8-year-olds singing and
The fuck
dancing.
does he
No,
think
the whole
he
family's
is?
going.
We'll
so.
review it like it's an actual
God.
Broadway.
No.
This kid looks nothing
This
like the
elementary
Grinch.
school play is trash. No, nothing
The
like that.
acting was less than.
Well, it just wasn't believable.
Oh man,
Hey,
us.
man, thanks to all of our Patreon patrons out there.
We love you guys.
We love Dub IZ
we
and
do.
the fam out of Chess Team Records.
We do.
Jamie and Ben from In the Groove.
We do.
We love our boy, Biscuit Strength.
Biscuit Strength.
God, I
our
love
homie.
Biscuit.
Yeah.
Jeff City Paranormal Society.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
Check them out. They've got stuff coming up all the time.
Yep.
And don't forget
JT.
and the Paranormal Son.
That's right, baby. We hit them all. Thank you guys. We love you.
Check us out, patreon.com/the-old77 podcast.
That's right.
Old77.com.
Yeah, we got a
You can also
.com.
check us out at the Old 77 on YouTube.
We're everywhere.
We're all over the place, baby.
If you can't find us, you're probably stupid.
No, you're just not looking that hard.
Could be that too.
Well, everybody that doesn't listen to us is stupid.
Well, I mean, way to insult them old guys.
Keep listening, guys. We love you.
Now heard in over 40 countries. Just saying. Somebody's liking us.
Yeah, we never did the Spotify rep.
No,
We'll
we
do that in the
didn't. We
after
didn't.
hours.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
See you next time,
Deuces.
bitches.